It's Throwback Thursday with Covino and Rich.
Hi, my name is... What? My name is... Are you telling me you built a time machine? What, a DeLorean?
Throwback Thursday. What's the problem? Yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
I don't even own a gun, let alone many guns that would necessitate an entire rack.
Throwback Thursday.
I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
Bueller.
What are you? I'm Batman.
Ned Ryerson.
Two in a box. Ready to go. Me be fast and they be slow.
It's Throwback Thursday with Covino and Rich.
Watch this, watch this.
What did I tell you? 88 miles per hour! The thermal displacement occurred exactly 1:20 a.m. in 0 seconds!
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Doc, you disintegrated Einstein.
Calm down, Marty. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future. 1 minute into the future to be exact. And precisely 1:21 a.m. in 0 seconds, we shall catch up with him at the time machine.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal. Look out!
1, 2, 3, 4!
Don't mind if I do!
Covino and Rich. Are you ready?
Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
Heard all about it on the radio.
Get ready.
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball!
I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous.
What?
You're such a fool. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Turn it up. We're doing a show. Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
Hey, what's up? Happy birthday on a Throwback Thursday to Michael J. Fox, 61 years young. Yeah. Happy birthday to one of the most legendary actors of the 80s. Legendary movie.
The Teen Wolf himself?
The Teen Wolf is now 61.
Give me some other Michael J. Fox moments. Family Ties, obviously.
Yeah.
Teen Wolf, Back to the Future. What was that one where he was like a Wall Street kid?
Color of Money? That
Color of Money, yeah, Color of Money.
I almost forgot too for a second. Sports, entertainment, and life, and we be rocking it. On a Throwback Thursday.
Oh my God!
Doc Hollywood, that's what it was. I was just about to look it up because I'm like, that wasn't it.
No, because what was the money? What was the movie with Tom Cruise? Is that The Color of Money?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Doc
why I got
Hollywood.
confused.
Doc Hollywood. He's like in the country, but he's like a city boy.
Secret of My Success. That's what you're thinking of.
That might have been what I'm thinking.
No,
too,
that's
yeah.
even worse. I was
That's
like,
the
Color of
money
Money's
one.
Tom.
Then,
That's Tom Cruise. Fuck.
Spin City.
All right, let's take it back. Hold on. Let's go on the IMDb. Back to the Future, Teen Wolf, Family Ties, Secret of My Success, Light of Day. Does anyone know this
Yeah,
one?
I don't know that one.
Is it a movie?
Never heard of it.
Apparently, no one does.
Apparently, they never saw the light of day.
Bright Lights, Big City,
That I know. That
Back to the Future 2 and 3, The Hard Way, Doc Hollywood, Doc, Homeward Bound. He was the voice of the dog. I remember that.
Yeah, that I knew.
Life with Mikey, For the Love or Money,
Oh, he was in.
Where the Rivers Flow North,
He was in one of my favorite movies,
The American President,
The American President. One of the greatest movies.
Mars Attacks,
You've never
Stuart
seen it,
Little.
watch it.
Spin City was like a second TV world for him.
He was the voice of Stuart Little. Don't forget that.
He was great on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Never saw that movie.
A few episodes.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's just great. You know, one of the first guys, we've made this point before,
The Good Wife.
to make that transition from TV star to movie star, which wasn't really a thing back then. It was very separate. TV stars didn't necessarily translate to movie stars back then.
Let's not forget.
There was a hierarchy. Like
Yeah.
a movie star was bigger than a TV star. So when Michael J. Fox was doing both,
Groundbreaking.
no
Yeah.
doubt.
No diggity.
That's like when a guy like John Ritter, for as big as he was, when he did movies like Problem Child, it's like, yo, John Ritter's in a movie. It was a different category.
It stood out. Yeah. It was like, oh, look at that. Look at that.
You know who really broke the mold on that too, I think? Eddie Murphy.
From SNL to movies.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy was SNL comedy guy, and now he's headlining #1 box office movies.
Groundbreaking actor.
Yeah.
Throwback Thursday. Trying to think if there was another one aside from Michael J. Fox around that time.
Let's not forget my favorite
I remember
scene.
thinking about.
My favorite scene in TV history.
Because he's coming over here, and if he sees this...
I'm sorry
That's
again.
all right. Can I get you a soda or something, Larry?
Oh, sure, that'd be great. You know, I mean, the thing is, Hitler really ruined that mustache for everybody. Because it's an interesting mustache, and now nobody could wear it, you know. Oh, thanks. Oh, Jesus Christ! What the hell? Did you shake that up on purpose?
Parkinson's.
That is a great scene. It's a great scene.
That's
The
really
fact
great.
that he was able to play that up, that was great.
You know, Clooney, someone said, Mike said, George Clooney was TV star ER and then became a movie star.
Oh yeah, he was great
It's a
on ER.
little later on
You could tell.
in life.
Yeah.
Like we're talking like in the 80s, 70s, 80s,
Robin Williams.
late 80s.
Mork and Mindy.
Robin Williams
Mork
is a
and Mindy
great
became a
example.
movie star.
That's a great example. Like Rob Lowe, like that's way later on. I'm seeing feedback now. George Clooney is a good answer. I'm not saying it's not. But when he was on ER and Roseanne, like he was on Roseanne, George Clooney. Yeah, that was like what? That was the 90s, right? Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I mean, I know it was a small role, but like Leo DiCaprio on Growing Pains, then
I mean, that
becomes
counts.
Leo. I mean, it counts.
It all counts.
But you're right.
But at that time, it really was.
Did you say Tom Hanks?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
Dude, that's a great answer.
Bosom
though.
Buddies.
Bosom Buddies.
Really
he was
great
fantastic on Bosom Buddies.
Fantastic
But, yeah.
answer. It was few and far between. It really was.
Bruce Willis. Did you say that?
Another good
Moonlighting.
one.
Yeah,
Moonlighting.
that was good too.
Let's see.
My pants are
But again,
Here's a good list.
guys like Robin Williams,
Pratt.
Tom Hanks.
He's a huge
Yeah, but
star now.
I'm not
Jennifer
downplaying.
Aniston.
Not hold on, please let me finish. Not downplaying these answers. They're all right answers, obviously. But if it wasn't for Tom Hanks, Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy's, Michael J. Fox's, they were normalizing that trend. You didn't see a lot of that. You were either a TV actor or a movie actor.
Yeah, no. Now it's interchangeable. In fact, there's movie stars that are getting more props for being in like a miniseries.
Winona Ryder,
Yeah.
comes to mind.
So
But it happens all the time now. Yeah,
when
of
we were
course.
kids, Covino's 100% right. When we were kids, let's cut it at
Kirk Cameron wasn't making movies.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He just
let's
wasn't.
cut it mid to late 80s. There was
Johnny
a point.
T.
Travolta?
Johnny T was a big one.
That's a great answer too. Welcome back, Connor.
Yeah. But Covino makes the point, and he's right.
So those guys are more groundbreaking than I've ever given credit for. Robin Williams, Travolta, Hanks, and then of course Michael J. Fox a little later on.
Yeah. I mean,
Clooney's later on.
the number one answer, as far as comedy goes, has to be Eddie Murphy. I watched a documentary on him.
Yeah.
And what was it? Oh, it was the movies that made us, I believe, Coming to America. But they do a lot of Eddie Murphy backstory, how he was so big on SNL and everyone loved Eddie Murphy so much that anything he wanted to do, they're like, Eddie, go ahead. All right, I'm going to make Beverly Hills Cop. I'm going to make Coming to America. I'm going to make this movie. And everyone just loved him.
It's funny you bring that up because last night I kind of skipped past it though. It was roles that Eddie Murphy turned down on TikTok. And I was actually interested in still just habit of going like this. And one of them was Rush Hour. He turned that down. I was like, all right, whatever.
Oh, so it could have been instead of Chris Tucker?
Yeah.
It would have been
Of course,
another.
Ghostbusters is a famous one.
Yeah, but he
was supposed to be the black guy in Ghostbusters.
which would have been epic, but I think he did something else that was also successful. It wasn't Ghostbusters successful, but what did Eddie Murphy turn down for Ghostbusters? Let's use the Google machine. Because it's not... It wasn't Ghostbusters, but it wasn't a bad one either. Like Beverly Hills Cop or something. What did Eddie Murphy?
It was just very separate. We're not saying it never happened, but there were guys that made it and guys. It was kind of like making it to the big leagues. And like Rich said, it's very interchangeable now. If anything, movie stars are making TV shows and miniseries.
Eddie Murphy confirmed that he was offered a part in Ghostbusters, but had a pass due to Beverly Hills Cop that both came out the same year. Because of Murphy's unique and talented comedic capabilities, he has starred in many comedies, and rumor has it that he was definitely wanting to be part of the Ghostbusters cast, but couldn't do it. Here's the thing, though. Beverly Hills Cop, huge series. Huge trilogy, right?
Well, Zush is saying you could name a ton of people from SNL. Again, they were sort of doing their own thing too, though, because Lorne Michaels was producing a lot of that stuff. Not all of it, but he was backing a lot of that stuff. So they had a direct in with that to make those movies happen.
You know,
like just right behind me, there's a picture of us as the three amigos, and it says right there, look, written by Steve Martin and Lorne Michaels, and produced by Lorne Michaels. So, you know, they had an in for sure to become TV sketch comedy actors turned movie stars.
You know, I'm forgetting. My dad's going to be like, how did you forget? Like, people hate him, but Chevy Chase.
SNL to movie star.
I mean, he's a great example. And of course, people are going to say, oh, Animal House and Belushi and guys like that. But Chevy Chase did Fletch, Vacation, a lot of these movies in the early 80s, right around the time, maybe slightly before Eddie Murphy. So I think he started to see, wait a minute, comedians from SNL could carry a box office? You don't need to be Marlon Brando?
Think of it this way. Start listing any shows from the 70s and 80s. It's few and far between where you saw any of the main people in movies ever. They were working actors. They were great on TV. They never made it to the movies.
Yeah.
Or as a successful movie actor. And that's kind of how it was and kind of how we viewed it. There's great examples, but listen to the names we're mentioning. Yeah. You know, Michael J. Fox, George Clooney's, Tom Hanks, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Like, these are superstar names. So, of course, they broke through that barrier. But think of every other show.
But
you
now
know, you weren't in a movie just because you were on a TV show. Hey, Jerry Mathers was the Beaver.
To think
he wasn't a movie star.
To think that someone that's a movie star, so to say, would be on a streaming service.
Do you know Alfalfa was in It's a Wonderful Life?
No.
Yeah. Alfalfa?
Really?
I'm just saying, go as far back as you want. TV stars were not movie stars.
Right.
They were not. And we're naming a lot of examples, which sort of negates that point. But we're naming superstars that broke through.
Well, you're also talking about the decade in which the revelation happened. Like, oh, they could do both. Like the little tortilla girl.
Around late 70s. Yeah, you're seeing it 70s, 80s. Right?
Why not both? Like I think back then, you know, it's like a kid in school. Hey, choose sports or music.
I mean,
why not both? You were probably told back in the day by an agent. Now, do you want to be a movie star kid or you want to be a TV star?
Think of shows from the 60s. Can you think of, did they go movie star? Who was the first groundbreaking person? I don't know, but Michael J. Fox was definitely that guy who you saw on TV. He was Alex P. Keaton. He went from Alex P. Keaton to movie star. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
You know, so props to him. Happy birthday, 61st birthday. Fun to reminisce.
Well, I'll be honest, it didn't always work out that way. Think of other
Martin Lawrence. That's
think
a good one.
Think of other 80s. Think of other 80s stars though. So to
Will Smith.
No, but I'm saying so to think. It worked great for everyone. It didn't. Like, you know, Kirk Cameron and
any of those.
DJ Tanner, Full House.
Tony Danza was in movies, but he was never a movie star.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I mean?
Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah, he was a TV star. He was never a movie star. He was a great TV star. He was in a lot of TV shows, but never a movie star.
Yeah. I guess to wrap it up, the floodgates then opened, and every superstar TV person's like, I guess I could do it. Christopher Lloyd, Danny DeVito, these had Hanks, all of them. But before that time, before the late 70s, early 80s, there was no intermingling.
I would say so.
And Michael J. Fox was one of the best because he was a young kid. He wasn't a legend. It was like, hey, let's test this kid out in both.
The feedback is really funny, though. What's up, Jun Tao? the Three Stooges had several movies. I mean, I think they were their own thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I
and they
have a
They
question.
made shorts. I don't know how that
Juntao
aired.
from,
Wasn't all of their stuff just movie shorts? Like it
Rush Hour
didn't
3?
air on TV, did it? I don't know. I think that
Rush
probably
Hour?
aired
Rush
in a
Hour.
theater and it eventually ended up on TV.
Wow.
I don't know. Barbara Billingsley never made it to the
sorry,
big
who?
screen as far as
Who?
Billingsley never made it to the big screen as far as I
Oh,
know.
yeah, Barbara Billingsley, yeah.
Billingsley.
How about Hugh Beaumont? Was he killing it? I don't
Barbara
know.
Billingsley was in movies.
I'm
wasn't
sure.
she?
I'm sure they were all in movies
Yeah, but
because they were actors, but
movie
they never really
stars.
made it because they were associated
Yeah.
with being. It's like you have a stigma, right? Oh, he's a TV star. You know, Clark Gable was a movie star.
Barbara Billingsley was in the original Angels in the Outfield.
With Danny Glover?
Oh, wasn't she in Airplane as well?
There's an
Remember she
original
talks- she
Angels
talks-
in the Outfield?
She talks
Hello?
jive in Airplane. Isn't that her?
Oh yeah.
Remember she talks jive, like
Yeah.
she translates jive
Yes.
in Airplane. Yeah, see Kirk, I remember. But again, we're negating our own point by giving like a ton of examples.
Of course.
But there was definitely a stigma. It's like, hey, Covino can never really be the rock guy. Well, why not? Because he's such a sports guy.
Well, he can't be a sports guy. He's the music guy.
Why not both? Yeah, exactly. It's like you had that stigma.
Can I get you something?
It's your mofo butter laying me to the bone, jacking me up. Tight me.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Cuddy say can't hang. Oh, stewardess, I speak jive.
Oh, good.
He said that he's in great pain and he wants to know if you can help him.
All right, would you tell him to just relax and I'll be back as soon as I can with some medicine?
Just hang loose, blood. She's gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
What it is, Big Mama? My mama didn't raise no dummies. I duck her rap.
Cut me some slack, Jack. Chump don't want to help. Chump don't get the help.
Barbara Billingsley from Leave It to Beaver. There you go. She's a movie star.
Leave it to Beaver.
And I saw someone say it's just like how a movie actor didn't want to do commercials back then. It was a commercial actor. There were levels, like Rich said, hierarchy.
Now it's hey, you gonna pay me?
Now it's hey, how
You
about
gonna pay, hey, is some streaming service gonna pay me a ton of money?
I'd say how much does Netflix have now?
You could get any star in a commercial now because sometimes a commercial will pay more than a TV show or something. So let's get into it, man. Michael J. Fox turned 61. Happy birthday to a guy that meant a lot to us as a kid, right?
You know what's funny that you said the Teen Wolf. The Teen Wolf is 61. That sucks.
He's the Teen Wolf.
That sucks.
The Teen Wolf is
now he's the
60.
geriatric wolf.
Yeah.
Now he's the close to retirement wolf.
Senior citizen wolf.
He's the wolf that gets discounts.
So sad.
He's the wolf of Old Street.
I was thinking
my
something.
God.
Like that.
He's I need a Doc Hollywood. He's
not the color of money.
old family reunion ties.
Old family ties.
Yeah.
We could do better than that.
I know. You know who else celebrates a birthday today?
Who?
Someone 2 years younger. I was curious. I was going to give you the whole who's older, but I think it's obvious. He's only 2 years younger.
59?
59.
Yeah. Who's 59 today? Just had a really big month. Let's just say a big victory.
Johnny Depp.
Grumpy.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp turns 59 today.
Apparently he was helped out of a hotel, like carried out, like was partying too hard. Of maybe a victory party.
Well, he's high
maybe a
fiving.
birthday party, I
They're
don't know.
showing him anyone
So
that wants to high five or fist bump Johnny Depp. He's like, bring it in. Like he's happy. It's like the victory lap for him.
Did you pick up your sausage cologne?
No, but I want that now. I'm not even kidding you. I want Johnny
Sausage.
Depp's new cologne. I really do. I'm sold on it.
It's not
I'm
new.
sold on
He's been promoting that for years.
Well, I'm only aware of it now because I
It's
see
always-
this commercial.
He's always in the desert with some
Sausage.
It hits-
sort of creature.
It hits my spirit. I feel like I'm that wolf inside.
And it's dark and there's a moon somewhere.
I'm like,
and
I need
it's-
that. I need sausage.
He's always wearing a vest and chains.
Yeah.
It's like he's been doing it for years.
Now I need that. So thank you guys for reminiscing with us. I apologize for saying the color of money. I'm mad at myself. I'll beat myself up later about that. I couldn't think of it. I'm like I got Tom Cruise on the brain. It's the Top Gun Maverick rage of 2022. Yeah, Top Gun. Tom Cruise was a movie star. Michael J. Fox was a TV star that turned into a movie. Could you believe it? So Hope you had a Boston Celtics sort of Wednesday. Congratulations to them as we throw it back on this Thursday.
Yeah.
On a Throwback Thursday, it's also the last day of school. And it kind of makes you reminisce about your school days a little bit.
Remember that?
Rich, living in a school neighborhood, it's ridiculous. You couldn't even find a parking spot because all the parents are here for like local graduations and things like that.
But no, of course.
Local assemblies, little kids are singing their little goodbye songs and their summer songs. The streets are packed with parents going to support their kids. It's nice, I guess. But it's also like, come on already.
Hey,
I need a
get the
place to
fuck
park, get out of the neighborhood. Like your street is packed. Like when I pulled up, I'm like, what the? Had to
Hey,
think
Spot,
about
did you
it.
see the guy giving out the diplomas? He was like, hey, they good to see you. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, nice to see you. Hey, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, you got so big.
Hey, you got so big. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, get the fuck out of here.
We have footage of what's happening down the street.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna find that again.
Fuck out of here. You look, you get big. Get the fuck out of here.
Last day of school. It's always a weird feeling, right? It's like,
you know what's interesting?
As a parent, you face those feelings all over again a little bit. It's like, I thought I was done with that part of my life. It's like homework, right? You thought you were done with it.
I'm never
then you
gonna
realize
find that clip ever again.
You realize that no, it's there again. And it's the same sort of thing. It's like, oh, it's Melody's last day of school. Oh, well, Melody, you came a long way this year and they're not going to see their friends. But it's not the same. We said goodbye to a lot of our friends unless they lived in the neighborhood, right? Unless they were your best friends.
See you in September.
Right. Now they might not interact in person as much, but it's like
unless I played
constant communication.
Unless you played summer baseball with someone or they went to your local pool or hang or something. Unless in my neighborhood, unless I saw you at the pool or we played baseball together, it was good seeing you. I'll see you again couple months. Cool. Enjoy your summer.
That was it.
That's such a weird thought, right? The way we're so glued to interaction now.
There was always some brain dead piece of shit asshole kid who signed your picture in your yearbook, right? And you're like, Pat, why would you do that? Oh, Dad.
Spot, you know what he's talking about?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you're like, everyone look in your yearbook on your picture.
I guarantee.
There's some idiot like, hey, great knowing you.
And there would have been more idiots, but some idiot already did it. So the next idiot is like, oh shit, I guess.
You signed your picture, moron.
Right. Always happens.
Always happens.
And here's the difference with that, though. Growing up, it's like Major League Baseball T-shirts at the ballpark. They only printed the superstars, right?
Yeah.
When you were a kid, only the graduating classes got a yearbook. Now it's like every kid every year gets a yearbook, even if they're not a graduating class.
But you had the option to buy it.
I know. Why would I buy
not here.
someone's?
Not me.
So why would I buy someone else's like last year of junior high if I'm in 7th grade?
I get what Covino's saying. Like, I have 2 yearbooks.
But Melody has one. She's in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Her school goes up to 8th grade.
Really?
I have 7 yearbooks.
That must have been a Scotch Plains thing. Maybe some high schools, because where I was from, I have 2 yearbooks.
Just from every graduating year.
I have when I graduated elementary school.
I have 3.
And when I graduated high school. 2 yearbooks.
I think I got 3 yearbooks. Melody has one for every year she's ever been in
But you know
school.
what? Think about it. Back then, it was like taking pictures. Hey, hope I got it. Click.
Yeah.
And now you have 20,000 pictures on your phone. So it makes sense for kids to have yearbooks every year.
Your girlfriend at the time would have like the designated full front cover of your
saving this for Erica.
I remember. I'm pretty sure my girlfriend at the time actually wrote
reserved.
it, reserved for Jen. Like, fuck off, everybody else. Had the whole page of how much she loved this guy.
Oh, I have my yearbook I have my yearbook in the next room.
Yeah.
On a Throwback Thursday, maybe at the end of the show, I'll read the page-long message from my high school sweetheart to see if she kept true to her word.
No, none of it.
I'll love you forever. Liar!
Maybe she does.
I'll be here by your side no matter what. Again, you lie.
Maybe she does.
Sitting on your throne of lies.
You never really forget, right? Like the feelings might not be there, but you
I
remember.
think she forgot I existed. I'm pretty sure she forgot.
Impossible.
I found the footage. I found the footage from your graduation.
Oh, yeah, you did?
Hey, how you doing? How's your mom? Fuck out of here. Hey, how you doing? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you got so big. Fuck out of here.
Love that. Love that. One of the best clips of the past
That shit is funny as hell.
But you do reflect. Like Melody, look at you. You made so many new friends this year.
God, you
Your
got so
first
big.
year at a
Oh my
new
God.
school.
You got so big
You
in the
got so
body.
big. Look at you. You went out on top. You won the talent show. Great year. I'm proud of you. Enjoy your summer, you know? And then there's that pressure of a parent to now like, all right, well, how do I make the
Summer special?
Summer special.
Exactly. No, really. Like, what could I do?
What does one do for the summer? Take her to the beach?
Yeah. I mean, now you got all this this boring kid on your hand. This bored kid. Like all right, now, you know, it's not like they can just get up and go places.
It sucks, though, because it's so hot here in the summer.
Yeah.
Yo,
So, like...
I know it's your car thermometer and it's a little jaded because once you start your car, it drops a little bit. But I started my car yesterday and it's at 103. I'm like, it's not 103, but it's close. It was like 100 degrees yesterday. It gets spots right. It gets hot.
Wickedly hot.
Wickedly
hot. Starts getting wickedly hot.
You said at the graduation tip, I see my daughter humming and singing a song. I'm like, what's that? She goes, oh, we're performing it for all the parents at graduation on Friday. I'm like, oh, I'm going to cry.
Oh, yeah, you are.
What is it? It's, I hear her walking around. She's like, you got a friend in me.
Oh, yeah.
You got a friend in me. I'm like, oh.
So that's today. Rich's street is packed with cars.
Whatever
there's a few schools
the
in
middle
his
school and everything up the block, a couple blocks away, everything's close enough.
And it's just like, you know, it's just your
close?
Every year. So every year it's another graduating class of kids and they're moving on up and it's crazy to see. It really is. It is. It's sad, but it's nice all at the same time.
Crack open the window.
But it's extra sad when you see these kids are graduating into a really crappy time, which we established yesterday.
How you doing? How's your mom? Fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the ceremony's still going on.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
Congratulations.
Fuck out of here.
Good for that kid.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, you got so big. Fuck out of here.
Covino, you're so good at I mean, could I make a list? You're so good at really retaining memories of your youth. I forget a lot, but there's oddly stuff I remember. I'm like, there's certain things I'm like, oh my God, I totally forgot that. But other things are crystal clear. I remember on my last day of 6th grade, my schools were weird on Long Island. I went, my one school was K through 6, and our junior high and high school were in the same facility. So I was 7 through 12 in another building. So I've only went to 2 schools.
That's berserk.
No, it is berserk. Like to think
7 through 12.
To think 12-year-olds were walking the same hallways as like 17, 18-year-olds. This is wild.
We were broken into 6 to 8, 8 to 12. Or 9 to 12. 6 to 8, 9 to 12.
Well, that's normal. 9 through 12 is a high school. But we had our 7, 8 with the 9, 10, 11, 12. So
crazy.
6th grade was my last year before I went to Cary High School.
Right.
Cary, it's actually
Jim Cary.
A-Train Cary Junior Senior High School because it's 7 through 12.
James A. Cary High School.
So 6th grade, my last day at Washington Street Elementary School. I remember walking up the staircase saying to myself, I'm going to remember this moment for the rest of my life because this is my last day at elementary school.
I remember thinking that.
And actually remember it. I remember it clear. I remember looking around being like, this will be the last time I walk these halls. This will be the last time I go here. And believe it or not, I specifically told myself, you will remember. And I do, believe it or not, 91. So that was,
swear to God, I have
31 years ago.
Same exact thought as him, but I was in 5th grade. That was the end of my grade school.
I'm going to remember this, I tell you.
So I'm walking down the stairwell.
I'm going to take a mental picture.
Really ugly looking schools. Hey, by the way, my school is in the news. I was going to save it for the Rando news, but not my school, my township.
Uh-oh.
A school, it's a great school. I don't know. You know how they change names throughout the years? Or
Mine did too.
Yeah.
They changed it to a member who grew up in Scotch Plains of the Tuskegee Airmen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which was
kind of cool. There's in New York City, you know how we all know Grand Central Station, Port Authority, Penn Station. My mom was like, Richie, can you help me book a train ticket, Amtrak, so I could go see Lori and the baby? I was like, yeah, sure, Mom. Let me see what deal I could get you. Amtrak's pretty good from Baltimore to New York. It's like a couple hours, right? So my mom's trying to figure out how to get there. And like, what? Where is this going in New York City? There's a new hub in New York with a new name and everything. Do you know this or no? We have not been there like in 7 years. You have any clue what I'm talking about?
Pretty sure they put it in the old post office building, right? It's next. Is it next to Penn Station?
It is, but there's a new name.
It's
I'm like,
across the
I
street.
almost feel like, you know, I joke about how like if you were in a coma and woke up, and
They've been working on.
let's say if you were in a coma for 10 years and you woke up, you'd be like, who's Ed Sheeran? People like this redheaded guy. Oh wait, he's good. Like you'd be amazed by like, wait a minute, what are kids doing? There's TikTok. They want to dance. Like there's things that you'd be like amazed by.
There's a new Grand Central Station.
There's a new station. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Amtrak, New York City, because I booked it. I'm like, where's Port Authority? Where's Penn Station? What the fuck is this?
Well, anyway, what I was about to say is
sorry,
that
bud.
no, it's okay. There's a school that changed their name. I don't know. It's a Jefferson Elementary School in my hometown of Union, New Jersey, where they arrested a parent because he was got in a fight with the principal. He's like, I'm gonna come there and shoot up the school.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's Moynihan.
Bridget Moynihan Hall.
It's Moynihan Train Hall in New York City.
Moynihan.
Yeah, look at that right there.
That's pretty cool.
I'm
Where's it
sorry.
gonna be?
Moynihan.
I think you mean Bobby Moynihan train station.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah, bootleg Artie Lang.
Featuring state-of-the-art technologies and customer amenities. A spacious boarding concourse that bathes in sunlight from the 92-foot high skylights.
Where?
Moynihan Train
You know,
Hall.
the place where you lived for 40 years?
Yeah, but where though?
In the heart of New York City.
don't worry.
Moynihan Train Yard.
Don't worry, it'll be covered with piss before you know it.
Yeah, great place for hobos to hang
I
out.
think, weren't they taking, because remember, so across 8th Avenue from Penn Station, from
Yeah, there's a whole
MSG,
separate monstrous facility now,
there's a whole
Covino.
facility that I believe was the post office, and I'm pretty sure they converted into a train hall.
Wow,
I
didn't know
could be
that.
wrong.
I'm with Rich.
So I'm like, Mom, you're going, what is this? NYP Moynihan Train Hall? I was like, have I been in a coma? It really feels that way.
You've been out of the city.
It's like, you know, when you go back to Union, Covino, and you go down the neighborhood block, and it's like, oh, that used to be a different pizzeria. Wait, where's the bagel shop? Oh, it's a bank now. The mattress store is a Chick-fil-A, like shit like that.
It happens all the time,
right?
Yo, my hometown. On the total side note, and this is, I don't want to get all over the place.
Was this into Tap Into It, by the way, the story?
Tap into
Tap into it.
Our buddy Henry Pintado sent it to me.
Oh, jeez, that guy.
It's all over Union County, like local stuff. New Jersey parent arrested after threatening to shoot the child's school up while fighting with the principal, according to law enforcement. Jefferson Elementary School. Wow. Principal told the police that the parent became upset and told her she was going to come to the school and shoot the whole place up, according to the Union Police.
Is that George Jefferson Elementary?
Yeah, of course. Who else they going to name it after? In response, the principal put the school on lockdown and officers were sent to the school. That's scary. So the students were put on alert because of a parent. Like, you can't do shit like that,
Dude,
man.
All the kids had to, they had all the kids go to the Wheezy Gymnasium to make sure everything was good.
The Wheezy Gymnasium. I like that.
George.
The Smedley Cafeteria was on lockdown because it's George Jefferson.
Why
High
would you do
School.
that, George?
Oh yeah, I was just thinking of grade schools. I went to a place called Hamilton School.
The parent was charged with making terroristic threats and later sent to Union County Jail.
Good.
Been there.
Deservingly so. They should.
Oh, no, I haven't.
It's fucked up. Anyway, I was saving that for the Rando news, but I was thinking of grade schools, and that happened to a grade school in my hometown. But my hometown, to go with Rich's point, like things change so fast. What was the pizzeria is now, something else. And they're turning Spot. I know you'll never do this, but Spot lives like 3 or 4 towns away from me. Not even.
Right.
His family grew up there on the East Coast of New Jersey.
Right.
They're turning my hometown into this Hoboken type of place.
Oh, they're doing that with a lot of towns.
Crazy
They're
to
supposed to
see.
be
Like, holy shit! Like, what are they doing here?
They're supposed to be doing that into downtown Scotch Plains. They have a whole redevelopment.
But dude,
plan.
it's already underway. So you know how
they're making
every little town square,
making charming town squares everywhere.
Every little like center town square, like they're now like apartments and shit, and like restaurants underneath, and it's wild to see, man. All these new bars opening up and restaurants. It's like, holy shit, craziness,
right? And when you were there was nothing.
Yeah, none of that. No, not at all. Like, it looks totally
That's how I
different.
feel.
I was blown away the last time I went home. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, it looks nothing like the hometown I grew up in at all. But for the better, I guess.
No,
So-
it seems like, what it's like. it's like interior design, right? Mm-hmm. You figure out what the trend is, and then everyone sort of rolls with it. Like, all right, we're doing open concept. All right, cool. What are the popular kitchen colors? Dark wood? Okay, cool. Now it's white? Okay, cool. Towns will see.
The buzzword is gentrification.
Yeah, but it'll be like, hey, where do all the kids and like the cool people and the folks with a few bucks hang out? Oh, like Wantagh, Long Island, or Montclair, New Jersey? What do they got going on? Oh, cool, like lights in a town square and some little restaurants. And, you try to recreate that.
You know what happens?
And you really try to honestly be like, how could we recreate what's working somewhere else?
The old townies, right? Like, where's all the riffraff?
Right.
They call it riffraff.
And you call it like,
younger people
action?
are like, the young people are like, oh, you mean like
a cool new spot?
Cool new, diverse, melting pot of a place to hang out, like with, more apartments and like, oh, cool.
I told
close, to the New York City.
I can't believe they got rid of the check cashing place to put in a sassy beer.
Hank's typewriter shop is not there. God damn it! You know what's there? Some little microbrewery.
That's what I told my dad, Jacob Moultrie. What's up, buddy? He says gentrification is good for business.
Yeah.
Not even good for business. The way I look at it for my dad, you got all these young people wanting to move to a town because they're turning it into like a little metropolis, sort of, subway systems.
Real
to the
estate
city.
value.
Yeah, of course.
$8 for a
That's
coffee.
going to raise your real estate. That's going to raise your property value.
75 cents at the Union Diner.
For sure it's gonna.
Yeah.
And great for the local diners, for the local barber shop, because there's more people.
But Covino, you know what'll happen.
Makes it more of a hot spot.
I've seen this happen in New Braunfels, and I'm sure Jordan sees this in certain places in Idaho, where it's such a coincidence that Covino and I are both with women who happen to live or come from places that are on every top 5 fastest growing list of all time.
Someday Long Lake will make the top 5 and we'll round out the 3.
But you saw how like every time there's a list of fastest growing places, New Braunfels, Texas, and Boise, Idaho are always on that same list.
It's crazy.
Have you noticed
the infrastructure is not? It's not set for all these people. It's just not like, for example, the hot restaurants. You can't even get a reservation now because
it's too much demand.
There's too many people now, and they all want to be at that restaurant. There's not enough restaurants. There's not enough parking spots. There's not enough road for as many people that are there now.
You know what you've noticed? Like, if you live in that town where, holy shit, population doubled and wow, changing demographics and changing population, there'll be a place in town that's not even that great, but if it's like a cool place, like there's a place in downtown New Braunfels called the Muck and Fuss. If I told you that place, it's almost like seems like 24 hours a day there's a wait out the line because they got a cool bar menu and they got like cool appetizers and it's like a trendy place.
And
but
you got all these people now wanting to go.
But you know what old people say? The food there isn't even good. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't matter if the food's not good. It's the spot.
You should see the Muck and Fuss I made last night.
It's the spot.
That's funny.
Right? I mean,
downtown Boise is a young person's snob city. That's from Western Idaho.
And that's what they're by design.
Yeah, it's dope. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
it's like really handsome Canadian dudes.
Let's see your yearbook. You're going to show us something. Throwback Thursday, just a little reminiscent bullshit session here on the CNR show.
Orange.
So,
no wonder you love that color.
97. Well, it's my high school color. These are the days.
And that corny song.
Oh, from
that was one of our graduations. We had a few graduation songs. One of them was 10,000 Maniacs. These are the days. Spot. That's a great song. Don't fucking doubt that song.
I love that song.
Natalie Merchant, right? 10,000 Maniacs.
I didn't like any song like that.
I was a big fan of Natalie Merchant in the 90s.
This is a great song, though.
You want to hear my Throwback Thursday hot? I got a TBT music hot take right after this.
Natalie Merchant had a great voice.
This is a definite tearjerker 90s reminiscing song.
It's like
the gays.
The gays
to remember. Rich.
It's very Steve show.
Spot.
These are the gays. Rich. it's like Blaze. It's funny.
All right, so
enough.
It says, if you're not watching, these are the days on the cover of his yearbook, 97. Yeah.
Well, it's a good song. That and
it sounds like a sitcom
I'm
song.
watching it back. It's so funny. It does. But it's almost like it's like the 90s version of Forever Young.
No doubt. But to prove Covino 100% right.
Oh, who's on your photo?
Give it up. No, not on my photo. Page one. What does it say?
Reserved
for my high school girlfriend who took up the whole front page.
That's how it went.
I mean, we're talking like.
Can we see if she kept any of the promises?
Reserved. I'll read it. Want to say? I mean, it's a long read, but I'll
just give us the good parts.
Sign my picture.
I bet you someone signed your picture too. Idiots. I guarantee you, my daughter's gonna come to me and be like, "Yeah, someone signed over my face." I'm like, "Well, why didn't you tell Ronan before to sign their picture, dumbass? Someone signed your picture? No.
My friend Christina.
No. Signed your picture.
Show me.
Richie.
How fucking
well, buddy, this
dumb.
is it. Crossed it out and then wrote, sorry, messed up.
Oh, my God. That shit would have drove me berserk. That's my only yearbook. It's not like we got multiple copies.
You should reach out
and
to
you
her
signed
today.
all over my picture?
And tell her.
Dude, she just totally, like, she took your picture and was like, she, like, tagged it.
I'm going to take a picture of this. I'm going to send it to her right now and be like, you're a moron.
You should tell her she ruined your life.
Yeah, it's annoying.
She ruined your memory.
It's like, dude, that's right so aggravating to me. I remember being in fifth grade when I got my first ever yearbook, thinking, you dumb shit. Why'd you sign over my picture?
Remember when you ruined my yearbook, moron?
You dumb shit. You're funny.
And then had the nerve to cross it out and scribble and write even more?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Richie, well, buddy, this is it. I am not ready to say goodbye to these. Crossed it out.
She should have just finished it. Because now it's even worse.
Dumbass.
Because not only did she ruin your photo, but she just ruined it for an incomplete thought.
Did I nail it or what? Reserved page for your girlfriend, and there was always some jack off. There would have been more, but she already ruined it.
Can you read part of the message from your girlfriend?
Yeah. There's a girl I went to high school with that had really bad cross eyes, right?
Yeah.
And you would think for her yearbook photo, like they should be like, all right, let's take one where this girl's eyes.
Jesus.
Hold on.
No, I'm not. That's
it's terrible.
Dude.
You seriously? Can they do something?
Oh my God.
It's like really bad.
Sorry.
They couldn't
No, it's like that Johnny
correct
Depp
her
movie.
eyes?
No, you know Johnny Depp, that crybaby movie. Like there's their weird characters.
Like they would take
that's how she looks.
one half of her face and just duplicate the other side, so it looks like both her eyes are normal.
She looks like that guy from the Water Boy.
Huh? I can't see.
Jesus. It was so funny. Here's the other theory on a Throwback Thursday. As kids get their yearbooks, again, it's graduation day. It's the last day of school here in California.
Urban legend you were told as a kid that we talked about this yesterday. If you cross your eyes, they're going to stay that way.
Yeah, I know all about it. Anyway, it's so true, but we're so brainwashed and we see things so unclearly
How many KITs are in there?
As kids. If I looked at Rich's yearbook, I would be like, she's the hot girl, right? And Rich would be like, no, she was like, nobody even, who is that? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Our gauge was so off.
And then you point out the hot girl.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. You're right. It was all based on who had money and popularity.
And if you look at it, I'd be like, this girl's beautiful. And Rich would be like, yeah, no one cared about this girl at all.
Know who they cared about? This girl. That girl.
Yeah, that girl.
And you're like, oh yeah, she drove an expensive car and had cool clothes.
She had a cool Sunfire. Really? Who cares?
But that was what we cared about back
My
then.
yearbook's online if you want to go down memory lane with me.
Do you recognize any of my friends?
Yes, Janate.
Walter. Oh, yeah, you probably recognize a lot of these people.
But if I guarantee you, if I looked at that yearbook, I'd be like, that's a pretty girl, huh? And he'd be like, yeah, I don't even know who she is.
Yeah, honestly.
My yearbook is a prime example of that. There were so many girls I went to school with that nobody paid mine to because they just weren't popular or whatever. Probably had fat asses too, and I wasn't even aware of it. Yeah. All the cheeks I missed out on.
Hey, Spot.
So many cheeks.
Spot, let's play a game. Want to play one round of a game?
There's so many cheeks, and we all fucked up.
Well, let's play a game.
Yeah.
One quick round. Spot, your yearbook's easily accessible online?
Yeah. I was obsessed with everyone was obsessed in my year with the Derubis twins. They were twins.
Oh.
But they had huge racks.
DeBoobis twins.
So we called them the DeBoobis twins.
Well, that's a
called them
no-brainer.
The DeBoobis twins.
Forget the DeBoobis twins.
I can't.
I want you to show me
The hottest girl in
the
my
hottest
class.
teacher. Because there was probably like one 20 to 30-year-old teacher. Let's see who could find the hotter teacher, you or me.
I can't. You know what sucks? So my Spanish teacher, Betty Ponterero, I can never find her photo. I feel like she always skipped photo day for that very reason, because she was the hottest teacher. She was the young hot Spanish teacher.
Miss Comar was hot.
Senora Ponterero.
I was gonna say Mr. Toscano.
Oh no! You mean Professor Toscano?
Mr. Toscano.
Yo, look at this guy's pompadour spot. Can you zoom in? Look at Professor Toscano.
Wow,
yeah, that's a pompadour.
Zoom in on Professor. That guy's. This is this right here. That's Miss Comar. She was a hottie.
Look at this lady. She looks hot for a teacher.
Oh, her?
She's got that 80s hair
Yeah,
going.
she does.
She's banging.
Professor.
Who's the one on the bottom left?
Pun intended.
Professor.
Anyway, I don't want to get too far off track with our Throwback Thursday reminiscing.
Oh, you know who the hot one was?
Who?
Miss Mitchell. She was a light skinned black music teacher
back then.
And
she's exotic.
Miss Mitchell. Right there, Spot.
I like Miss Mitchell.
Miss Mitchell.
I remember your dad took a picture of you and her
Right there.
of your graduation. It was just half of your body with Miss Mitchell.
Right there.
She can get it.
Miss Mitchell.
Yeah, Miss Mitchell can get it.
Zoom in on Miss.
Dad, how come you took a picture of like only half of me and all of Miss Mitchell?
Yeah, Miss Mitchell. Miss Mitchell was
yeah,
like,
that's exotic.
Is that guy playing a violin?
Yeah, that was like the nerdy violin teacher.
Jeff Bruce.
I don't even know who that is.
Anyway.
All right,
This is very inside.
Hey, reminiscing.
But I'm sure everybody can relate. At least I hope so. Last day of school. And you probably think that's a little early, is how it is here in California. Last day of school today. First day of school is August 14th. So they start back early too, which sucks.
I'm going to read.
They're back in school August 14th. I checked it yesterday. So I was like, well, that kind of ruins my summer plans.
Well,
she's back in school August 14th.
That's sort of. I had to look at this because I told you I had the revelation recently that it's like, wait a minute, I have to plan my life around my kid's school schedule. Yeah, well, Emmy starts kindergarten in mid-August. I'm like, mid-August?
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Sounds cuter. Well, these are the days.
Well, can I read? I'm going to read the last paragraph.
Let's hear it.
Now it's a whole. It's all inside jokes that no one would get, but it's literally my ex-girlfriend in high school, the one that pretends I never existed. Literally the whole front page. Let's read the last paragraph and see if she kept her promises. Well, I can never fit everything I love about you and all the great times we've had together, so you better have a good memory. Ha ha. Hee hee. Ha ha. I gave you your lucky streak. Don't ever forget that.
Oh, what's that? Rich's his lucky streak.
Oh, Richie, a lucky streak.
No matter what happens to us, I will always love you.
Yeah. Lies. So sad.
And I'll always be there for you.
How long did you say?
Another lie.
Love each other for? Always?
Not anymore.
That's a very much a dance/graduation song.
All right.
Girl, you are to me. Let's raise a family. And I will love you for always. It's very much a farewell dance. And we both know.
That's a great song. I'm going to cry.
Oh, it's the best.
That shit is.
And forever it will be you and me. Come on, your farewell dance.
I'll love you for always.
All right, here we go.
She lied to you, bro.
What the?
No wonder you're so damaged. She lied. It will be you and me. I like this part. Slow dance. Chasing all smack ass.
Yo, do you want to read the last paragraph? Because it's eerie.
Let's hear it.
I hope you.
Do you want to read it? Because
do a podcast out of your house in 30 years.
To say one day you'll be an aging podcaster. No offense. And you'll be reading this, missing me.
One day you'll be sitting at a desk wearing an X on your shirt.
Oh, by the way,
reading this.
Aging podcaster is what our supporters call us. So I'd hate to see what the haters call
Who
us.
calls you an aging podcaster?
Calls you an aging podcaster.
People that subscribe to our podcast.
I mean, you are aging. We're all aging.
Well,
Hey, you're
he's probably an aging car salesman.
Every
or whatever.
podcaster.
I mean, everybody is aging, right? I mean, there's no market.
Unless Benjamin Button is doing a podcast.
Joe Rogan's an aging podcaster. He's the best one.
I mean,
they're number one
That's
out
a
there.
misconception because Benjamin Button was aging.
Just
in reverse.
In reverse.
Does she say anything about you? One day you'll be an aging podcaster?
One day you will be an aging podcaster.
Wow. Podcasts weren't even invented back then.
That wasn't even a word.
Yeah.
Man, she's a visionary. No, Joe, want to hear the last paragraph?
Yes.
No matter what happens to us, I will always love you and be there for you.
Lies.
Do your best at Syracuse so you can become a famous broadcaster and we can move to California together.
Shut up!
Don't forget our plans. Hey, you never know.
Reach out to her.
I love you. Erica.
What's she up to these
You
days?
crushed her, and now you pay the price. That's why you're so weird.
P.S. You're an aging podcaster.
P.S. Yeah, that's sad. That's sad, but funny.
Nostradamus up in here.
Well, since it is a Throwback Thursday, here's my lies, Kevin. Lies.
Like, geez.
Lies, yeah. So, on a Throwback Thursday, this is like just a random thought. And I'm not recycling a discussion because I never talked about it. Just, I got a little emotional. I'm not going to lie. Not because of the feelings I associate, just straight up from the passion of the song that never resonated with me at all. I never cared about it. I'll shout out Lisa Paraggio. She was commenting on how she really needed some Alanis Morissette, and thanks for playing it because I'm on lithium, right?
Yeah, I'll take it.
I was taking a walk with my magic shoes.
How you doing with that?
Every day. I don't miss out.
Got my money yet?
By the way, I agree with Lonnie. I lived up my part of the bargain, bitch.
Yeah. Where's all the love you promised?
You promised love and support forever.
Bro. You did it.
Yeah.
You did
Went to Syracuse. Became a broadcaster.
What if she shows up at
Moved to
your doorstep one
California.
day?
Where are you pulling your weight? Erica.
That's so funny, bro. That's a TikTok. Like all the lies. Lies. I'm the only guy that pulled my weight and did my part.
End of the bargain.
Yep, sure did. You did.
Just saying, go to Syracuse, become a famous broadcaster, move to California.
Where's she
What
now?
did you do?
Hilarious.
You keep in touch with her?
No, she pretends I don't exist.
Is she on the Facebook?
No, like vaguely blocked craziness.
Yeah, maybe she willed that shit to happen for you, though.
Maybe you'll reconnect with her, like
she
Daniel,
manifested it. Maybe
like-
you are.
like Johnny Lawrence and Allie. Maybe you'll
Dear Erica.
reconnect.
Man, maybe she prayed for that every night, even though you broke her heart. Even though he broke my heart and left me. For who? I don't know. Who's next?
Remember, she dumped me,
Oh.
Kate Jewelers.
Maybe she
Even though I broke his
sacrificed.
heart, I still want him.
She
Because I
sacrificed
wrote it in his yearbook.
her happiness for your success. She's like, he'll never succeed
if I don't.
if I
Push
get in
him.
the way of his dreams.
Let little Richie's
I
dreams
need
come
to.
true.
I need to let him go so he can follow his
No,
dreams
no,
and
no.
not worry
To
about me.
relieve her of the guilt of breaking your heart, she prayed every night for your other dreams to come true. Probably what happened. And there you go. You owe that woman, that liar. So anyway, I had this thought the other day. You have to realize, like, I come from a very sexist upbringing.
I thought you came
Not because of anything my parents or family members taught me. It's just the world we lived in, just how it was. Like I told you, I had an early thought. When I was a little kid, I was like, the Go-Go's, they're kind of cool. They're hot. There's no way they're playing these instruments. Because in my mind, only
Girls.
guys did that shit.
Girls playing guitar.
Girls can't play guitar.
Girls being funny?
Girls playing
Nah,
guitar.
I don't know. So it's not that I did anything wrong. It's the world I grew up in, and I'm aware enough to recognize like that's silly and that's ridiculous.
Are
I'm
you,
also
though?
a girl dad, of course. I love the Go-Go's. Love them, right? Love them till this day. I love the Go-Go's.
Yeah.
Gaycation is my favorite one. Gaycation, all I ever wanted.
Gaycation, Spotty's getaway.
So, but as a little kid, you're like, they're not really playing these instruments. It's impossible. Only
They're
Van
women.
Halen plays instruments. Only guys could play guitar and drums. Not this is great. Great. The Chipmunks are more legit,
Ladies,
than the Go-Go's. in
You
my
could
mind.
vote. Slow down.
Yo, I swear to God, I have one of my dumbest. Like I had this realization the other day. one of my earliest childhood, like dumb child thoughts. I was very confused about the Chipmunks. I realized that because I thought they were like something real about them. I think
the cartoons.
When you bought their album, you're like, when are we going to see them in concert, Dad?
Like there was something. I'm like, it's kind of cool how they're like cartoon
I gotta
characters.
tell you, they're not like real, buddy.
But they're rock stars. They got albums.
I was going to say because they had the album.
They had the album.
He believed a chipmunk could play guitar, but a woman couldn't.
I believe that was more possible than the Go-Go's.
Steve Covino, right?
But the Go-Go's was a little later on. But I remember being young enough where I thought I believed. Like there's something confusing about the Chipmunks to me. I can't put it into words.
Did you what was the album that you had? The Chipmunk album? It was like
Chipmunk Punk.
Chipmunk Punk, that was it.
What year did it come out? I was confused. I was like, yeah, they're cartoon stars, but they're really rock stars. That's pretty awesome.
That's funny.
Like, I remember having like a confused thought about it as a kid.
Chipmunk
and trying to
Punk.
rationalize like I was confused by it.
So the Chipmunks
I believe
not
that,
real, but you tell me a girl plays a guitar?
I believe that more
Came
than the
out
Go-Go's.
June 15th, 1980.
Okay, I was 4.
Oh, it came out 42 years ago.
I was 4 years old, and I thought that was the coolest shit going. And when the Go-Go's came out, I was like, yo, I get how Chipmunks could rock out.
42 years ago. 42 years ago today, this album was on its way to Sam Goody.
I don't get how women rock
It's a
out.
Virgin Megastore.
But I thought the Carlisle was hot. I thought the whole thing was cool, but I was like, man, I don't know. Long story short, fast forward, when you're growing up with that mindset, and I see a lot of silly feedback, like, no, you're not. Like, it was the world we grew up in, dude. I'm a product of that. It's not like people were teaching me these things. It's what I was witnessing. As a teenager, again, we're talking mindset of a 15, 16, 17-year-old. It's your first time around. I go back to the thoughts of a 15-year-old. And I was so like Nirvana. I was such a Nirvana rules. When Alanis Morissette came out with Jagged Little Pill, I was like, yeah, it's all right. It's cool. But
It's way better than all those albums.
But I'm like, I'm like, that's my sister's. And I still have that way about me. I get all that.
Yeah.
But I'm smart enough to recognize
I think subconsciously that's why it's hard for you to really appreciate
Subconsciously.
like a movie or show with a woman lead. Because subconsciously, like, it takes you a little more.
Resonate. Just doesn't resonate the same way.
Same thing. Subconscious. Resonate.
It doesn't hit me. I mean, I think that's normal, though. It's like, well, it's not meant for me. But Alanis Morissette was rocking out. And I was too... Yeah, Joan Jett blew me away. Michael Lee. I was like, yeah. So anyway, Alanis Morissette came out. Jagged Little Pill might have been as big and impactful as Nirvana Nevermind. But you could have never convinced this guy of that. No way, no how. Nirvana!
What year did that album come out?
I don't know, bro.
Was it 95?
But
I remember getting it for Christmas that year.
I'm walking, doing my magic shoes. This song comes on, right? I want you to know. And I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling it because it's a great song. But it was hitting me.
Released
like,
June 95.
The passion and fury she puts in that song. And I noticed it's like, yeah, all right, welcome to 1990 what?
Five.
Welcome to 95, dude. Everybody knows that. I knew how huge the song was. I'm not dumb, but I'm so like, angry. Wow, this song is, I skipped it back and listened to it again. I'm like, this song is just fucking hitting harder now than it did then for me. I was like emotional because I'm like, poor Alanis. And Dave Coulier, I ought to know what was going on in the theater.
Legend. Urban legend.
Nah, it's true. Yeah. Dave Coulier. So anyway, here's my hot take that I'm sharing with you. I didn't say this on Lithium. I'm not regurgitating my thoughts. She's hurt, this woman. She's scorned. You know what I think hit me? Like, women I hurt. I think that's what hit me. Not me being hurt. I'm not scratching my nails down someone else's back, hoping someone else feels it.
I know she debunked the whole Dave Coulier thing.
It was Dave Coulier.
But did she ever say which movie they were watching while she was going down in the theater?
I wonder.
I'm very curious. So let's see.
I want to know the whole story.
So it was the early 90s.
I want to know, was it the Bullwinkle impression that got her so hot and steamy that she couldn't wait for the movie to end?
So let's see. The early
My sister
90s.
says I was too old to be brainwashed by Grace playing that over and over again. Like, I associated that with, that's my little sister's
Free
music.
Willy.
It's cool, but I don't like it.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
would
for
have had
me.
to have been a movie that wasn't great.
Free Willy's a good one.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't Like, you know.
They went to go see Homeward Bound.
On a Throwback Thursday, here's my...
Oh, maybe it was the Mighty Ducks.
Here's my mild take of the day.
If it was Dave Coulier, you know he loved hockey because he's Canadian.
Yeah, could be.
I've never heard Matt Pinfield say this. I've never heard any other music savant say something like this. So here's my mild take of the day.
I think it was the Mighty
I'm in
Ducks.
that lithium Throwback Thursday mindset. Everybody knows that in 91, Nirvana came out and it was groundbreaking. And I think a lot of it is because it was music we understood, meaning like I could play that, I think. It was simple yet awesome and dark and rocking and all those things combined. It's like that attainable girl. Like I could do that, I think. The most impactful album of the 90s, Nirvana, Nevermind. Impactful. However, and the most impactful song was Smells Like Teen Spirit, right? The most powerful song, I think, is Alanis Morissette. You Ought to Know. And I know that's for people who grew up loving that shit. Common knowledge. I'm telling you.
I will argue start to
That might
finish.
be the most powerful song of that era. Like, how much mess did I leave?
Fury.
I think song for song, as an album in its entirety.
Yeah.
I think Jagged Little Pill is up there with Green Day, Dookie, Nevermind, Nirvana. Like I think it's a top 5 album of that time.
But I always separated it. Like, yeah, for women. For girls. But I agree. It's a great album. Would you? But dude, I'm saying, like, again, for as impactful Smells Like Teen Spirit was for music, You Ought to Know was impactful for empowerment, women empowerment, but also just the most powerful song of that era. There's something about it. It was like, man, she came out swinging so hard with
what
that
else?
shit.
What else would you put on that list? Nevermind, Nirvana, Dookie, Green Day, Alanis, Jagged Little Pill. Give me 2 more that you would say top 5 albums of that time period.
Pearl Jam 10. I mean, it was huge.
Yeah. One more.
You know why it's called 10?
10 tracks.
I don't think I knew this. I'll tell you.
What?
It's named after your mom.
No, their original name was Mookie Blaylock. That was the name of the band.
Oh.
He wore the number 10. I'm pretty sure that's
Look at
it.
that.
But yeah, this album was huge. I would never deny that. Like, that's just fact. The album was huge. But the most powerful song of that era is You Ought to Know.
Yeah,
And you
I
ought to
agree.
know that. You're welcome. I ought to know that.
Green Day,
Track 1.
Alanis,
It's track 1.
Pearl Jam, Nirvana. And the 5th you could pick on your own.
Track 1.
Even like the cheesier ones on the like Ironic was a good song. Like that whole album was just fantastic.
I know. It was massive. I know
Ironic
that.
was fueled by the video.
Yeah.
Hey, put it this way. I was so in my zone of like, yeah, that's...
You learned it was a good...
I didn't even have that album.
hit.
I don't think I even owned it. And it was
a big hit.
monster album. It just wasn't something I was seeking out to buy.
By the way, I think Ironic was... Oh, no, there it is. This song was big.
The album is massive.
This is a great song.
There's no question. Head Over Feet.
Head Over Feet.
But I'm telling you, think of all the songs of the 90s that are hugely popular. The most powerful.
This is a good
is
album.
You Ought to Know.
This is a good start to finish album. Listen.
Rolando brings up a good one. People would disagree. Metallica's Black Album outsold everything. They sold more albums in the 90s than anybody else.
I'm sure.
So that might be one too.
I
That
know
was huge.
It really has to be an album that you can listen to from start to finish, which is such a rarity.
Well, I have a few of those.
You just named. I think we named them. I don't think it's
But I had this epiphany where I got caught up in the emotions of Alanis Morissette, and like, and I think the legend goes like it was a one take doozy. It was a one take. I'm putting my fucking heart out there, and she's singing about gee, Alanis, I didn't mean to hurt you. Blow me down. Cut it out.
This is going to sound really lame.
Dave Coulier, Uncle Joey.
You know what artist I've reconnected with recently? Matchbox 20. And I've been listening to their first 2 albums.
Song ever hit you though? Like hit you, and you're like, what the fuck just happened to me?
They have some lesser
Really?
knowns.
Yeah. When's the last time?
Mad Season has some good lesser knowns that weren't pop radio hits, but like fucking hit.
I like cheesy songs hit me. Like country songs or love songs, like where the lyrics are like, oh man, that's.
But it hit you like
that's pretty heavy,
just out of the blue. Yo,
Yeah.
I wasn't even paying attention to lyrics. The fury and the passion of her vocals in that song just hit me, and I listened back to it, and I'm like, yeah, I never really gave the song the credit in my mind that it deserved.
There's a song by Matchbox 20. It's called "You Won't Be Mine." I think it was a hidden track, but there's so much. It's dark, and there's so much emotion to it that it haunts me.
I'll be honest. Great songs and great artists. I'll appreciate all they do. Flip through the channels, play it on Alexa, play it on the, back in the yard. But when it comes to like what hits you, a lot of times for me, you know what hits me? Like random songs by an artist I don't know. Well, I'll hear something. I'm like, who is this? And then I'll look it up and be like, why did that random song from someone I've never heard?
I love songs like that. But
Yeah,
that's
this
why
is
I love
song.
them.
Want me to play one for you? Like
Sure,
you're gonna say,
yeah,
I
have a
guarantee
bunch
you're
of those.
gonna be like,
if I Shazam it out of the blue, like, oh, there's something about that song that resonated. I don't even know what it is, but the sound of it or the vibe of it, and I that's like a special category of songs. That's a playlist for me. Like songs that I just happen
randos that hit your heart.
Yeah,
randos that
I
hit
love
you.
that. Yeah, that's the best.
That's a good playlist. Randos that hit you.
Randos that hit me. I'm at the bar.
Randos that slap.
Shazam.
Because no, they don't all slap, Spock. Because I think
you know what happened? That happened to me with Saturday Sun. I met someone
by Vance Joy.
Yeah, I don't fucking who's that dork? I don't know, but I heard that song. I'm like, I don't know why I like this corny song. I have no idea.
There's
Shazam. Vance who? That's not. It doesn't sound like something I like.
Why? Makes you think of ukulele. Makes you think of melody. West Coast.
I don't hear. Yeah, it's on the playlist. There's no rhyme or reason for it. Something about it. I was like, why do I know this song or something?
There's a couple songs. Now, you could play a couple seconds of them. I think, Covino, you will obviously tend to think my taste is cheesier and cornier than yours. But
this conversation, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason.
There's no right answer either.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think
if
there's
it hits you, it hits you.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
So there was a song I heard, and I'm like, what song is that? And Spot, I'm gonna throw a couple songs at you. You play a little bit, and you tell me if you could see where it would hit you, or you're like, nope, lame.
Take that, YouTube bot.
John Prine, I Remember Everything. Prine. John Prine, I Remember Everything. I heard this song. I heard this, and I'm like, jeez.
Are these all from This Is Us?
No.
Okay.
I've been down this road before.
Never heard the song in my life.
I remember every tree.
Sounds sad though.
Every single
It sounds like
blade
something
of grass
from This Is Us.
holds a special place for me. And I remember every town.
Man, this song just hits.
Well, it also depends where you are in life, right?
Yeah.
Like anything will start making you think of your kid or
you're
something.
at a very reflective point in your life.
Yeah,
That's what this
it makes
tells
you
me.
reflect.
That's what this song tells me.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I was at what was I? I was eating with Melody somewhere, and I heard this Tame Impala song.
Probably Tequila.
It was called Elephant. I'm like, what is this song? I like it. Yeah, it was. They play videos at Tequila, and I was like, what is this? It was Shazam. Oh, why is this? This song sounds cool. Who is it? And I'm like, oh, I like Tame Impala. I know them. No rhyme or reason, but that's a special category in itself, Rich.
I know this song.
Do you? Elephant.
Yeah. Todd Rundgren did a version of this. Or they did it with Todd Rundgren.
I'm not trying to give a cool answer. I played Saturday Sun. I don't think that's a cool song. Sometimes you'll hear a song, and I think it's like the vibe they're trying to capture in that song that resonates with you because it's like kind of how you're feeling.
Some are songs that there are some songs where I'm like, man, this song, you were right when you said a lot of reflecting songs. A lot of songs that are like slower and just like, I'll give you one that's a well-known song, but it made it into my rotation lately as far as like just popping up. And So It Goes by Billy Joel, which I think is
what I heard by Billy Joel the other day?
Best songs.
No, I had a
Billy Joel moment.
I had a Billy Joel moment just the other day. I was like, I never really liked this song, but it's hitting me now as an adult. And I'll tell you what it is after this.
Are we taking a break?
Really reflective song.
You know the song?
Reflect. You're a really emotional guy, bro.
Yeah. Is there something going on you want to talk to us?
No, I could. It's always stuff like this with Rich.
Nothing's going on. It's
Nothing
just
bad about it.
reflecting.
He's reflective.
But this song by Billy Joel to me is just such a beautiful song. And
he's a beautiful man.
In every heart there is a home.
Very reflective. So I feel like you're like, your feelings are next level.
What album? Oh, Stormfront.
Yeah, it was one of his later good songs.
Yeah.
He put it up there with like Downeaster Alexa and the very few good Billy Joel songs later.
Make me miserable.
I go to extremes.
I really do. No, you know what I heard the other day?
Same album as this.
Here's the beauty of, and I don't want to give Sirius XM props. I really
Downeaster
don't.
Alexa, this song slaps. I think it's one of his greatest but weakest but greatest songs.
It's a great song.
The beauty of decade channels is not only the nostalgia and the reminiscing they provide, but sometimes there were songs like You Ought to Know, right? There's songs that didn't resonate with you then that might resonate with you now because you're an adult and you're in a different place and life has happened, that you can now appreciate it. And maybe, I'll give you another example. Maybe you still don't really like the song that much, but just for nostalgic reasons alone, you respect it. So, like, for example, like, I hated Chumbawamba. What's the name of it? I Get Knocked Down.
I still hate that song. I still hate that song.
It, right?
I hate it, yeah.
It's fucking corny song. That was like anti everything I believed in growing up, right? Like, fuck that corny Chumbawamba horse shit. I can't even like imagine myself liking a band named Chumbawamba. But for nostalgic reasons alone, it takes me back to a time where I'm like, that's, that was my generation of going out and having fun. Same with Len. Steal My Sunshine? Like, fuck this corny ass bullshit. Nirvana! Len, Steal My Sunshine, steal my ball sack. Fuck that band. I hear that song.
I felt the opposite of you. I was like, ooh, Len, Steal My Sunshine. Nirvana. Oh, no, not Nirvana. Like, Alice in Chains a little too heavy for me.
There's no big surprise to that, right? That just is what it is.
Yeah.
But for nostalgic reasons alone, Butter Tarts, right? Kevin Cedarholm? What did they say in the beginning of that show?
Does he like Butter Tarts?
Does he like Butter Tarts? Game of Horseshoes. I don't know, whatever they say.
It's the wrong song.
Yeah, I know. But for nostalgic reasons alone, I could put up with the fun, nostalgic vibe of Len, Steal My Sunshine. Now, decade channels, because they play older songs, you'll hear something that you didn't like then. You feel different about it. I heard some Billy Joel. I never really liked the song, but now I do. Don't forget your second wind.
It's a good song.
Bam, sooner or later, you'll get your... That's a fucking great song, man. I never cared about it.
What song is that?
Don't Forget Your Second Wind?
I don't think that's the name of it, but
I don't know. I'm like, oh, this song hits. I never cared about this song, and I like it now. I don't know. What's the name of that song? They were playing it on... I'm sorry. It was,
it's You're Only Human.
Hey, I'm Nina Black.
You're Only Human by Billy Joel.
It's a great song, man. So... songs hit you different. There's a lot of songs I didn't like then that I like now. A lot of them.
Well, you've said this many times. It's a common trend where Covino, 20 years later, you're like, yo, I didn't like it, but now I do.
You're allowed to. My movie example was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Speaking of Johnny Depp on his birthday. Hated it when it came out.
Grumpy.
This is a good song.
Don't Forget Your Second Wind. I was like, yeah, fuck that. This is I'm not at my peak yet. There you go.
But you know what? I feel like someone like Billy Joel, like a legend like that, you go through your phases of your favorites.
It's all right.
There's a
coming in hard today.
There's a classic Billy Joel song that, again, it was one of those. It was never my favorite, and I hear it a lot now, and I throw it in the mix. But
you notice 80s on 8 ignores Uptown Girl?
They do.
I noticed that.
Yeah,
like that was a big
song.
It was
monstrous.
Big monster video.
And by the way, used in The Boys season 3, Uptown Girl.
By the way, I want to talk about The Boys because they've gone viral. You know that? They've gone viral.
For a very good reason.
Oh, yeah. We got to acknowledge it.
Lots of penis?
If we don't acknowledge
No,
penis is involved. But if we don't acknowledge it, we're not on the mark.
Did Homelander like...
No, we'll explain.
Okay.
But the song...
because now you're going to give something away. And you're always giving away spoilers.
The Billy Joel song.
Yeah, which one?
That I'm like, yo, that song... like, there's certain songs that hit later. Summer Highland Falls.
I got to hear it. Is it another, like, piano sad song?
There's
no, it's just a really great song, and I'm like, it's one of those like, yeah, because when we were kids, it wasn't Uptown Girl or it wasn't Piano Man. That you sort of like,
yeah,
like I know Spot loves Vienna.
You're in a different place.
Vienna's
this song is great to me. Summer
Vienna's,
Highland Falls. Turn this up.
Vienna's his most beautiful song. It's so beautiful. You know the song.
I don't know this song.
You know it.
Yeah, so he plays it at every concert, but when the lyrics kick in.
And I believe there is a time for meditation in cathedrals of our own.
Hot.
Billy Joel?
Billy Joel's hot. I don't think I know this song, man.
Really? Oh, what's a good one? Put it on your list.
Always what our situations hand us. See the sadness or euphoria.
It's not. I know.
Well, that's the beauty of music. Again, like you could just be in a different place in your life, and all of a sudden you do like that song that you didn't like as much, and that's the beauty of these playlists and these decade channels. And if you hear me on Turbo every night, my example all the time, I say the same shit all the time, is Taproot Mine. Taproot Mine was a song that I fucking was like, yeah, whatever. And now I love that song. You know, you might not know it. I'm just saying that's my example for the person that does. So the end, that's music talk.
Yep.
What do I want you to get out of this? Alanis Morissette is by far, you can't change my mind, the most powerful song
of the 2000s,
of that
of the
90s era. You know, impactful, yeah, Nirvana. Powerful, she fucking slayed that. That was her.
That was
her moment,
and she did it.
And she rocked it. And Taylor Hawkins on the drums. Rest in peace, rock in peace, bro. That shit was awesome.
To play a company man for a company that no longer wants me. SiriusXM has the channel that I've been on since I can't listen to pop rocks anymore for reasons. The 80s, 90s, 2000s pop mashup extra channel is fantastic.
Oh, really?
80s, 90s, 2000s pop mix?
80s, 90s, 2000s pop mix. And it hits the best songs from each of those decades. And there's never a skip for me. It's just, it's the best.
I will say this, SiriusXM, who still pays us, so I'm very thankful for that. They've stepped up. They've opened up their playlists and their deep cut channels and things like that for people who are like, man, it's the same shit over and over. It's really not anymore. It's really, they've opened up their shit a lot, and there's so many avenues and options where you could hear some shit you haven't heard in a minute. So they do a great job of curating music for you, so you don't have to.
Homer hit us up saying, mine was Mr. Jones by the Counting Crows. I hated that corny song growing up, and then found myself reminiscing and loving it when I was sitting by a fire on vacation.
Because for nostalgic reasons alone, I didn't like that song either. But I like it now more than some newer shit because at least it connects with me because it was a part of our youth.
Yeah.
So, that, you have it.
All right. Right now, to end the music thing, because we got other things to get to, but give me one or two current songs where you're like, yo, you're feeling it. It could be corny. It could be cool. Like, what are you currently feeling?
Currently? That's a great question.
There's two songs that I'm currently feeling.
I named one. I like Tame Impala a lot. I think they're cool. But go ahead. You got your answers.
Yeah, I got two. I heard a song the last couple days on The Pulse and Hits One, and it's a slow song, but I feel like your daughter's going to love it too. Spot, play Mimi Webb, Goodbye. It's about a relationship breakup, and I just feel like it's one of those songs that you're in this nostalgia, even though it's a new song, you're in this mood, and I feel like you're going to love it.
Well, why are we in this mood? Throwback Thursday, last day of school.
This isn't me being dramatic. God knows this part isn't fun.
It's like a breakup song, and I'm like, it's a great song. I guarantee kids are going to love this. It's going to be a huge hit, I think.
For hours just to mess with your head. Listen to me closely. This is our last dying breath.
Never know if they're putting on a voice or if that's how they sound.
Me too.
Oh, I tried to be someone else for this love,
but this is one of those, I guarantee kids are going to love it. So you can stop it, Spot. It's sad and slow, but
I can see
Mimi Webb, Goodbye.
For sure.
I feel like she's getting bigger. And there's a song that I want to play on repeat when I'm sitting in the pool in the backyard having a drink.
Yo, when you skip back a song, you're feeling that shit. And that's the Alanis moment I had the other day.
It's like my kids with Disney songs. Again, Dad! Yeah. Oh, Emmy. Love is an open door. Again, she'll go, Alexa, play Frozen again. I'm like, oh, Jesus. So, yeah, Love is an open door. That was a phase.
Rich, are you going through something? You seem very reflective.
That's the type of music I like.
Very emotional.
There's a song.
Did the This Is Us finale really hit you hard?
It did.
Wait until This Is Gus ends.
Oh my God.
How does it end? Does he sell the gyro stand?
But Yanni's on the soundtrack though, and he plays this fucking
that emotional scene.
I heard the finale's live at the Acropolis.
Yeah.
There's a song I mean, it's not.
Oh, Glenn Medeiros is also providing some of the soundtrack.
Oh, when they go to Mykonos?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
This is Gus.
It's pretty cool to see.
It's on the Greek channel.
Pretty cool to see Marie Menounos having a cameo on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was nice.
Melina Kanakaridis.
There's a song. It's not new. It's months old now, but talk about a summer vibe song that I'm surprised it's not a #1 song by now. But Ed Sheeran and Camila Cabello, "Bom Bom." It's spelled Bam Bam, but it's Bom Bom. I feel like
Bam Bam.
if you're sitting in the pool, chilling out,
The ocean, but you're surfing now.
you know this song. This song is catchy as fuck to me.
But I just sold our house.
I'm allergic to pop music right now.
We were kids at the start, I guess we're
Ah,
grown
it sucks.
ups now.
We all go through phases.
Couldn't ever imagine even having doubts, but not everything works.
Fast forward a little bit, Spot. Get it to like the middle.
I'm sure by summertime, when you're out and about, you're going to hear the song.
Yeah.
I'm just not at that point yet.
I can't see myself jamming out to this on the beach.
For the most part,
Well,
I
good
like.
for you.
Wait till Ed
Good
Sheeran
for
kicks
you.
in.
I
He's
like
the fucking
guy
G.
music, man.
No, good for you.
I got sexist taste.
Good for you. You found something that makes you happy. It's all we ask for in life. Doesn't spark my happiness.
Sounds fun.
Sounds fun for you. I'll take it.
Yeah. Ed Sheeran, bro.
I like Dirty Rotten
favorite.
Biscuit. Dirty Rotten Biscuit's my new favorite song. I narrowed it down for you. There you go. Dirty Rotten Biscuit.
That on the Beavis and Butthead soundtrack?
No, that's on the New Limp Bizkit. I fucking love it.
What is it?
Dirty Rotten Biscuit is so good, dude. I
Is it
fucking
spelled
love it.
like biscuit?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my new favorite song, I think.
Sure it is.
I'm not. This isn't just my cool answer because most of you think it's corny. I fucking love it.
Can I go back to Bom Bom?
How could you not think this is cool? I love this whole album.
No cap. Somebody gotta give it to me. Loud, loud,
No cap.
right now.
All right.
I hope people have learned so much about all three of us today.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got the, taste. That's it. Different taste.
Yes, taste.
So, a few shout outs and shout outs before I forget.
Tastes
Very
like a
important.
chocolate starfish.
Oh, he gives a lot. He has a whole song about like kissing his starfish. Yeah, it's great.
That's his taste.
Yeah, it's great. All right. So, shout out to Emily. Emily, happy birthday from Kevin Cedarholm. Kevin, to Emily, on behalf of the CNR show, we wish you the happiest of birthdays. Hope you have a great weekend, great night, a great day. Kevin loves you. And we love you and Kevin. Thanks for all your support.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Dildo Baggins to Emily. I wanted to separate it if they want to capture that.
Yeah.
What's up, Dildo Baggins?
Yeah.
Brian in Connecticut. Something about his profile picture stands out to me. He looks like a happy, nice guy.
Yeah.
So I want to shout him out. When I see his face, I'm like, looks like a happy guy. And it says something about your profile picture. Maybe I'm scuba diving in mine like this. But you know what? When I see Brian in Connecticut, if I showed you his face, you'd be like, yeah, he looks like a nice guy.
Yeah.
I'll
Some
show you.
people look not nice.
Wait, your photo is you scuba diving?
Yeah, snorkeling.
I didn't pick up on that. Oh, yeah.
What?
Honestly, it looked like some sort of abstract art. I didn't even notice that.
What? Really?
Yeah.
So
Keep in mind, everyone's profile picture is something they have specifically chosen to be their profile picture.
Oh, my God.
So always think of
I
that.
just wanted to switch it
I
up.
never looked at it big. I didn't realize that it was, it's you.
Well, you know what? You just told me, Spot. Most people don't.
I just thought it was rock horns. I didn't even see your face.
I didn't even see your face. It looked,
That's
it looked
the
like
underwater
abstract colors
picture.
to
Yeah, no,
me.
but it like looking fast, it looks like rock horns with like, I don't know.
And you guys are my co-hosts, and you didn't even know what the fuck it was.
I didn't recognize it.
Like, there's our friend Laura that we work with at SiriusXM. Like, what's going on in her profile picture? Like, is she underwater or something? Like, a lot of times you're like, what is that picture? But Brian in Connecticut, shout out to you. Thank you, Alejandro, Bobby, Casey, Caleb, all the Jose's out there.
A lot of Jose's.
All the Carlitos. Thank you guys for listening. And shout out to our family for all your support. And thanks again for all your subscriptions, guys.
Damn.
So those are my shout outs to give.
What do you, you know what? There's someone that has a pretty fun take, and I wanted to give him credit because everyone loves to love him or hate him. Spot, I sent you a clip. Now, yesterday, Game 3 of the NBA Finals.
Is that a 4 clip?
Brian in Connecticut.
I know. He looks so happy. I like
nice face.
I feel like even if he writes something, even if he wrote something rude, I'd be like, oh, he's just busting balls. He's funny.
He does look happy.
That guy's always funny. Yeah,
He does look happy.
very friendly.
I know that guy.
Yeah, that guy. He deserves a shout out. Happy profile picture. Hey, look at this. You want to know more about Brian?
Yeah, let's hear him.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
First Dan black belt in Shotokan.
It's a black belt? Really? Oh.
BJJ martial arts practitioner. Fight enthusiast.
Black belt. You know who else is a black belt? The dude in Stranger Things.
Murray.
Yeah. Murray's a black belt.
Yo, honestly, I think we need to pay closer attention to what.
I'm just going to show it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. See?
He looks happy.
He's a nice guy.
The guy in the back looks happy.
Familiar face.
He's a first Dan black belt in Shotokan BJJ.
Honestly,
he looks happy.
It's funny because that's how we associate people. If you get anything out of this, it's like you recognize people's face that way. And then you meet them in person, you're like, oh, you're that guy.
Oh, happy face guy.
Yeah.
Kristen's a second degree black belt in BJ.
But thank you. Thanks for all your feedback, guys.
It's pretty good.
So, yesterday, Game 3 of the NBA Finals. I'll be honest, I casually watched the second half. I was busy.
Busy doing what?
Having a fucking sweet barbecue. I made my overpriced skirt steak, and we did corn on the cob. And it was funny watching Ben try to figure out how to eat corn on the cob because he was watching us, and he's like, "What do I do?"
Cut it off.
Did you tell him the rules?
What?
When you eat it, you don't say goodbye. You say see you later. Because corn doesn't really digest.
Oh, yeah. See you later. See you in a diaper tomorrow. No,
It's not goodbye. It's see you later.
See you later, corn. And then I realized my obsession with sweet corn a couple years ago has come back because now that I had it for the first time this summer, and
You're playing so well today. You got to bring that
Be
up.
careful. What's the price of corn?
3 for $2.
That's pretty expensive.
Which is expensive because I remember talking about a few years ago. I remember I was like, and they're only like 30 cents each. Yeah, so 3 for $2.
Rich is on Cornhub again.
But Cornhub, let me tell you, I could house 5 corn on the cobs. But it's so good. So last night, skirt steak.
It's weird how you deep throat it though.
Yeah,
that's not how you
You're weird. You're
75 value.
Oh,
I hope you didn't teach Ben that.
You don't put
your weird method.
You don't put the corn on the cob all in your mouth and go and pull it out.
Like my brother,
I can't.
Like my brother eats a chicken wing.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Oh no, but corn on the cob and skirt steak. I don't know what about that combo. It's a combo that
there's so many other
corn
cuts
on
of meat
the
you could be
cob
making.
and skirt steak.
That's
That's
your
your vibe?
that was a go-to last night. It was fantastic.
That's your peanut butter and jelly.
What do you mean
That's
by
like
peanut
your
butter and jelly?
that's your combo.
As of yesterday. I mean, I try and it just.
I think corn goes with mashed potatoes.
Oh,
and
it
then
does.
you mix them
It
together.
does. Oh, that's a good
I used to have a
combo.
little song for that. My sister Dawn knows.
That's a good song.
I used to sing, I like my mashies mixed with corn. Yeah,
Yes, I had a mash with
corn.
But
So
no,
corn and skirt steak.
Corn and skirt steak was the big dinner
The
last night.
Dicky
That was
Doodle
fun. That was a good
household tradition.
little good barbecue last night.
Ain't nothing
Little,
wrong
I'm
with
sorry,
that.
grilling.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Grilling. I don't care about rich grilling.
Now I only watched the second, maybe like the second half, fourth quarter of the NBA.
Yeah, this was.
Of the NBA Finals.
That was so dumb.
And I really thought Golden State was going to win.
Is
and
it sports?
I'm not.
Why?
No, it's
Third
not.
quarter?
No.
Third quarter?
Sure? Is it
Yeah,
sports?
that's
Are you
not.
sure? Okay.
I was not gonna. I'm not buying
when you're
into. I guess I'll finally buy into the Celtics when they win the NBA title. Then I'll be like, oh, I guess I was wrong.
Well, I saw someone on our social media page. It's like things you can count on. It was like, death, taxes, and the Golden State Warriors outscoring in the third quarter. And it's like, yeah, they were getting beat the whole game. Came back, actually went ahead in the third quarter.
Yep.
So you're like, oh, here they come. Here they come. But you thought they were going to win it once they took the lead.
but
I think they only led by one, though, right?
Yeah, but I still thought going into the series, I'm like, I think Golden State might win in 4 or 5. They're down 2-1 now. I did not see that coming, but I'll believe in the Celtics when it's too late, when they win the NBA Finals, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I guess they're pretty good. That team's well rounded. They play tough there.
Dude, they play a very athletic game of basketball.
Yeah, I feel like there's
the
times
Golden
when
State Warriors play a very finesse game.
When there's like turnovers or loose balls, I almost feel like you could loose balls. I can almost guarantee that the Celtics are coming up with it. Like they hustle, they play hard. You're right.
He said loose balls.
Sometimes you could argue
this guy can't keep balls out of his mouth.
You could argue that
talking balls again.
You could argue that outside of Draymond,
the
that team's a little too finesse, not enough tough. And Draymond Green, who was getting taunted last night, he's such a polarizing guy. Do you hear the whole crowd? F you, Draymond. Even Klay Thompson was saying, like, yeah, real classy Boston. It's like, what do you expect? It's Boston. What do you expect from Celtics fans?
Yeah, exactly, man. They're fired up.
Fuck you, Draymond.
Hey, fuck out of here.
Hey, fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
What was that comment?
Fuck out of here.
That our buddy left on Twitter? Like, people from Boston are the type of people that you give them the finger and they catch you at a red light, they're getting out of the car, something like that. It's true.
Hey, fuck you, Draymond.
Something like that. But a
F
great
you,
game.
Yeah, F you, Draymond. But it made me think of...
Draymond is a big...
Made me think of something Draymond said the other day, because he's very popular in the sports player podcasting world, and there was speculation, is his podcast distracting him? And he's like, get the fuck out of here. Me talking for an... No, it's not distracting. So he shut that down real quick. But he said something at a press conference, and I usually like to jump on the let's bust Draymond's balls bandwagon because he's sort of a polarizing guy.
He's talking balls again.
Yeah. Draymond Green.
This guy loved the ball.
Had a great point spot about how we glorify the past, and he is so dead on.
He must listen to Covino and Rich.
He is so dead on. Oh my God.
Him and JJ Redick should go and jerk each other off. What's wrong? They played a different game.
No.
You got to acknowledge the past.
Draymond. And JJ Redick is a little snarky. Him and Mad Dog Russo, I feel like eventually they're just going to they're going to start wrestling. Hey, put him up, buddy. But Draymond brings up a point we talk about all the time. Madison Bumgarner single-handedly won the World Series like 6 years ago. Yeah, but we're like, Don Larson, perfect game. Babe Ruth. Well, we fucking got Ohtani now. But we love to glorify the past. Tom Brady still gets comparisons like Joe Montana, who he's so much better than, and I'm a Montana guy. We love to glorify the past. It's obvious, every sport. We love to talk about how soft guys are now. Meanwhile, these guys today would whoop the guys in the past. They're bigger, they're stronger, they're smarter players, but
JJ Redick made one good point. They're playing within their rules.
Yeah, well, listen to
it's a different game.
Listen to Draymond. He talks about this at the NBA Finals at a press conference, and I thought it was great because everyone loves to talk about how back in the 80s or so, everyone was like really tough and they fouled hard and they were tough, and now everyone's a big pussy. Listen to Draymond, and this is so up our alley of, glorifying the past, everybody.
Glorified G's.
You got a spot?
I'm looking for it.
I posted. I sent it to you. I sent it to CNR Show. And it's I believe the Instagram.
I got it. Sorry. The Instagram one.
Okay. Is it the Instagram one? No. Oh, I think the Instagram one might be Deep Throat Girl.
Oh, yeah, that's her.
You're talking about deep throating corn. Do you want to see this girl first?
No, it's the Twitter one. No, it's the Twitter one. I got it.
No, but before we play the Draymond clip, we were talking about deep throating corn on the cob. Did you see Deep Throat Girl?
All right, I'll play Deep Throat Girl first.
My wife sent me this. She's like, this girl, how does she not worry about like dying? This girl deep throats a stick of butter and swallows it. Did you see this?
So she didn't deep throat a stick of butter. She ate an entire stick of butter.
Yeah, but in deep throat fashion. It's labeled "The New Girl Decided to Break the Ice with a New Trick."
Is that the new line you're wearing this summer?
Yeah.
Deep throat fashion.
This is Paula Dean's origin story.
Look at this.
Random watch.
Shoot, you totally got it.
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
No way.
Oh, my God.
Ugh. Wow.
Does anyone have her number?
Is she a little person? She's got a little person head.
Oh, that's hot.
Barf. I'm a random watch.
Did she say let me take the rest? Oh, man.
Deep throat a fucking stick of butter and then swallow it.
I need her number.
Like I said to Sarah, imagine she died. Imagine she choked and it's like, yo, how'd Barbara die? Try to deep throat a stick of butter as a party trick.
She ain't choking on anything.
Jeez.
With those skills.
I was thinking like she had to have like a cup of boiling hot water close by that like God forbid it like got stuck. She could try to melt the butter or something. Like
then she ate some lobster.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Barf, barf.
Barf, barf is right.
Draymond
is a B.
This is the most sense Draymond Green has made in a long time. He's a smart guy.
One thing that baffles me about the 80s or the 90s or whatever you want to call when basketball was so much more physical.
Why Tom Cruise was so popular.
Some of the guys that be talking weren't the guys that was punching people. Like they act like, guys was just walking around the court like I'm hitting this guy in the nose. There were a few guys back then that would lay you out, that would knock you out, that would foul you and get thrown out the game. Bill Laimbeer, Rick Mahorn. But everybody running around acting like they were that. Y'all were getting bullied. And so it baffles me when every guy, just because they played in the 80s, just because they played in the 90s, is like, man, if you played in our day, you get knocked out. Like, nah, not really, because it wouldn't be you. So, okay, you saying Rick Mahorn would have knocked me out. Rick Mahorn probably knocks you out. Like, Bill Laimbeer probably lays you out. So were there enforcers of that time? Of course. Would they have knocked you out? Of course. Their fine was also $2. Like, it's just not the same day and age. If I go knock somebody out, I probably get fined $1 million. Like, it just don't work the same. And so, when guys get to making these comparisons or talking about, if you played in this day and age, like, yeah. And if you played in this day and age, you would have had to be way more skilled than you were. And it's just different, like comparing the physicality to the game and everybody acting like they were just the most physical and brutal enforcers. It's like everybody acting like they shoot the ball like Steph Curry today. It's like, then it was physical. Now it's shooting. Everybody can't shoot the ball. Imagine me in 20 years like, man, if you played in my day, you had to shoot. Like,
there's a flip side to every argument.
But what he's saying is,
flip side.
What he's saying is like,
they also didn't get paid what these guys get paid.
No.
Number two,
but
they also didn't throw up threes like everybody throws up threes. Yeah, of course people are hitting more threes. They're throwing up way more shots.
They're more skilled.
No, it's a different game. They played a more fundamental game back then. Hey, let me tell you, there's no way Draymond Green plays for the Celtics. Back in the 80s. There would be a spot for him, right? So anyway, as Mad Dog was saying,
but it's
a different game.
Yeah, but it's
so
ridiculous.
I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm saying there's an argument for both sides.
Yeah, but I will argue that.
You know what John Sally was saying?
What?
Yeah, Steph Curry. No, he's not the best shot. His dad was just as great of a shooter, he says. He's like, Larry Bird was a great three-point shooter. We just didn't throw up as many threes back then.
Well, you should have then.
It's just a different game.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you can't compare different generations.
Both right.
This is when people say the NBA was tougher back then. That's the damn same stupid argument when people talk about, hey, LeBron versus Michael Jordan, Tyson versus Ali. Hey, could the Babe Ruth have hit off of Roger Clemens? It's bullshit to compare generations because
agreed.
They didn't have
people have fun doing it.
Dude,
it's just, but it is bullshit.
Guys back then didn't have the ball handling skills and the finesse and the shooting abilities the way they do now. Now you could say guys weren't tough now the way they were back then, but again, if Draymond pushes someone the wrong way, it's a technical ejection, huge fine. Back then, if Bill Laimbeer clotheslined you and almost took your head off, hey, foul, take 2 shots, no fine. It was a different game. So Draymond's saying, if the rules were still the same, maybe I would be clotheslining people. But I'm playing within the parameters of the game today. But you could say, pitchers only go 5 or 6 innings now. They used to pitch a whole game. Well, you know what? They're playing within the parameters of what wins now. Hey, you know what used to mean a lot in baseball? Batting 300. You know what means more now? On-base percentage and WAR and it doesn't matters for a pitcher, whip, like all these things that analytics will tell you. Like there was guys that batted a little over 200, but productivity wise, are better than guys batting 290 that just didn't hit a lot of doubles.
Joel wrapped it up perfectly. The science is different now for every sport.
So to compare generations,
it's a different game. So when you do compare it, like I get it, people have fun doing those things, but it's like both sides have a point and nobody's really right.
So, but it makes me feel like when I see guys that I respect, like Mad Dog Russo, talking about like, here's my greatest guys of all time, and he picks out like white guys from the 60s, and I'm like, in that time, yes, but if you think that guy is more skilled or better than any NBA guy right now, if you think you took Bob Cousy, you think Bob Cousy could fucking play against Steph Curry? Honestly.
Steph Curry's not like some powerhouse, like dominant athletic force.
But
he's a finesse player. Yeah. My answer is yes.
You think Bob Cousy? Okay.
Yeah. My answer is yes. Again, I think the old guys get more credit for having fundamentals. They're just not they don't play as much of an athletic game. They played a physical game, not an athletic game.
Bob Cousy is shorter. Steph Curry's a little guy in the NBA.
Yeah,
he's still 2 inches taller than Bob Cousy. So
I wouldn't say...
You don't think Deontay Wilder would murder a guy like Joe Lewis?
Yeah, I do.
We evolved.
Yeah, we evolved.
If you see what guys like Lawrence Taylor did to Joe Montana or quarterbacks like Theismann?
But Cousy's going way back.
Ray Lewis may have murdered them.
They're bringing up a lot of times it's 80s, 90s guys.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, there's been a lot of contention in generational basketball fans recently.
Imagine if, there are guys, Rashawn, I agree, like the Ray Allens or Reggie Millers, if they got the open looks that these guys get now and the no hand checking and stuff.
For sure.
Agreed, but you're playing within your own rules. That's like saying when satellite radio came about and podcasting came about, there were no rules of censorship anymore. Like when we're on Fox, we play within the rules of terrestrial broadcast radio. When we're doing this or SXM, there's no FCC. You're playing within the rules you're given, right? So I think, Larry Bird was a great shooter.
Yeah, but I'm talking to Lonnie. When he brings up Steph Curry, I'm saying, like, could he compete with him? Yeah, I think so, because I don't look at him as like an enforcer the way Draymond Green is talking about. Is he an amazing shooter, a great player?
Bob Cousy wasn't an enforcer. I'm saying you take a guy like Bob Cousy, some skinny, like frail, not muscular, 6 foot white dude from 1960 something, and you put him up against like a Steph or a Clay or a Damian Lillard or any of these guys. This guy would be, he would get murdered.
Well,
Bob Cousy wouldn't stand the shot. So when guys like Mad Dog are like, best point guard of all time, Bob Cousy, I'm like, Bob Cousy? Stop it, old guy. You sound stupid.
The best testimonial.
That Joe Lewis would beat Deontay Wilder. Yeah.
The testimonials that resonate the most with me.
Tell me that Otto Graham is more athletic than Lamar Jackson.
Because I'm reading a lot of feedback. I'm reading a lot of feedback about, people bring up Larry Bird and his shooting, right? When I hear like guys like Gary Payton or anybody, like Gary Payton most recently.
That's close enough though.
What?
As far as to like current day. When they talk about old people.
How fucking great Larry Bird is and was,
I think he's getting his due a little now, to be honest.
It's just so cool to hear because especially when it's coming from the brothers for real, because it's a brothers game. It really is.
It is. I mean,
let's be honest about
white
it.
Guys got to, it's one of the few places where white guys get no credit.
But when you see like these brother guys who are bowing to like, yo, for real though, Larry Bird was fucking nasty. Like he was the real deal. And this is what he would do. And he would like call your shit out. Like, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dribble here. I'm gonna fucking go there and shoot it in your face and embarrass you.
There's stories like Larry Bird. Like I think I heard someone recently. Was Gary Payton like, yo, Larry Bird walked up to me. He's like, tonight, I think I'm gonna put 43 on you. And he scored 43. Like
when you hear those stories, man, it's like, fuck, that's pretty cool, man. You got to give him, and like ugly as could be.
Yeah, and Chris Frey brings up a good point.
Like that dude was nasty,
Chris Frey said this. I also heard that Larry Bird would get mad if the other team had a white guy guard him. Like how dare
really?
Like, how dare
Are you serious?
Like how
the way that people describe his game really is so convincing to me. Like he's one of the. I mean, we all know this, right? I'm just saying, but when you hear the testimonials and hear the truth and the trash talk that he would give, but back it up,
you know what it's like.
You're like, wow, this dude was nasty.
On a way lesser level,
I love hearing it.
On a way lesser level, transporting, let's say, the current.
You know why we're hearing it too, though? Boston Celtics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, because they're a dynasty, right?
We're seeing a lot of that now.
They could be winning another, NBA leading, almost 20 titles. So to take the current Celtics or Golden State Warriors team and transport them in time to, let's say, 1960 something. they would murder that Celtics team that everyone's like, that because these guys could be tough if they wanted. If Draymond was able to play under the rules of then, they'd murder him. That would be the same way as sending someone back in time with today's military advancements to like fight in World War I. We've evolved as humans, technology, training. Look at how some of these guys look physically.
I try to think about it.
Look at
from
the ball
a
handling.
naturally skilled perspective. You know?
Find a 1960s basketball clip real quick and watch how they dribble the basketball and tell me that they have a handle on the basketball and the ability to move the way a current NBA player could just.
Am I looking up 1960s?
A guy could dribble through other guys' legs, and it's just as normal now for guys to just dribble like their ball handling skills. Ball handling is insane. Back then, guys were dribbling like.
This guy won't stop.
Yeah.
He handles balls.
You know, Chris, the interesting thing to me as we see Hawkins get the tip and drive
69.
down. Is the Celtics are
69.
Celtics versus
going into the
Lakers.
fourth period. They're very fresh. They're playing.
Well, Boston won
Defense, the
game
Lakers
3. Game 4 is Friday.
Seem to be a little more
So
tired
enjoy
than the
that.
Celtics.
I don't want to get sports nerdy here. We can save that for Behind the Velvet Rope.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right. So, hey, hope you're enjoying it. It is the NBA Finals.
I just thought it was because it's about sports. Yes, it's about generational. How we love to do. We love to do that in everything. We're like, oh, back in the day. Was back in the day that much better, or do you just have fond memories of it? And like, if you're trying to tell me it could do any sport or music or anything, you're trying to tell me that some '80s guitar player was better than some young kid slaying it now?
Yeah,
No,
Eddie Van Halen's the best. The best.
Because that's what you think.
No, because he was an innovator. Anyone else is just copying him at this point. So
I agree. Modern day players in any sport versus guys like 30, 40, 50 years ago would be like the Harlem Globetrotters versus the Washington, what were they?
Generals.
The Generals, yeah.
So congrats to the Boston Celtics. They won after the Golden State Warriors came back in the third quarter. They sort of took control again in the fourth. They won 116-100. Game 4 Friday. We got a series. That was a must-win for the Celtics. And if they really want to stick it to them, they win that next game.
Stick it to the man.
Then they could relax just a little bit.
A little bit.
I don't think you could take your foot off the pedal with the Golden State Warriors, but hey, we got a series now.
Hey, you know who's
Rando News.
You know who's getting married today?
Married?
Britney Spears getting married today.
Good for Britney Spears.
Britney Spears getting married. Get married.
Yeah, sorry. Rando News of the day, Spotty. Brought to you
we doing
by
it?
D's Nuts and
shop.covinoandrich.com.
we just
New
miss-
summer line coming soon.
Can we admit that last?
Sorry to promote Edward. Edward's mad when we promote things. Sorry about
who's
that.
Edward?
Man. Edward Scissordick. Some fucking guy. So thanks for your subscription, but he doesn't like when we promote things.
Yeah, but I thought about what you said last night to me.
Don't worry about it. We're getting into Rando News.
No. But you were saying there was some like jerk off haters like that were arguing on social media or something. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking to myself,
let it go.
Even in our little bubble here of Covino Rich on Patreon, where there's thousands and thousands of people supporting us, there's like 10 guys that are like disgruntled, like fuck these guys. Like then you talk about like you really are. It's
a business though, dude.
Yeah,
it's
but
not 10 guys. 10 guys is turns into 20 guys, turns into another 10 guys, 30, 40, 50.
If there's a guy that's like, yeah, Covino Rich are promoting stupid shirts and they're I don't know. To me, there's plenty of people that never ever chime in and they listen and enjoy what we do and we appreciate that.
I look at it like you go to a restaurant, they tell you the specials. Otherwise, how would you know? I mean,
Yeah,
but
but-
I guess I'm wrong.
no.
So anyway, Spotty, Rando News of the day.
It's not sports, right?
No, I'm done with sports.
So that was sports. That was sports.
Unless you want to acknowledge that Nasty Nestor's Linsanity streak ended yesterday.
Oh, he got beat up?
He
Nasty Nestor.
He didn't get shellacked, but they took him out. He let up 4 runs.
Ooh.
First time he let up 4 runs.
Oh, so his record's done.
Yeah, the Twins.
Oh.
They're a good team. They won yesterday.
You jinxed them.
Nasty Nestor.
You
his
jinxed him.
streak
You
is over.
said just the other day on Fox, you said, Nestor Cortez, 18 games in a row with 3 or less runs. The minute you say that, the next game.
I didn't jinx him. I mean, it's a stat that's all over the place.
you jinxed him, bro.
It's not the stat that's just all over social media.
All right, well, if you want one more sports story, that is funny because it has to do with music to tie it together.
Yeah.
Sports.
I have to. I made the intro. Sports. It's always sports.
In an attempt to break their losing streak, in an attempt to stop the bleeding, as they say, the California Angels spot have lost, I think, 14 games in a row now, or 12 games in a row? Every player walked up to a Nickelback song. They tried to break their negative streak, and I'm looking at a clip now where it's like Ohtani's walking up to photograph. They're all walking up. They said, let's go all Nickelback tonight. Let's try to break the streak, and they still lost.
That would have been cool if they won.
If Nickelback had broken the streak.
I wasn't sure if they won or not.
Nah, they lost.
Well, that's a funny story.
I'm bummed because I'm going to see the Mets Angels this weekend, and I feel like they can't keep losing. They're going to eventually have to win, right?
Well, in other rando news of the day, Bob Saget, rest in peace, his LA home in Brentwood is now for sale. $7.765 million, which is a sad thought.
Yeah.
6,600 square foot Brentwood home for sale. It's just a sad thought because I actually had this thought last night. That's why I can't sleep. That's why I look so tired. That's why people say, you look tired as hell, bro.
I've thought about how tired you look.
Yeah. I was thinking about like,
look at the bags under those eyes.
Just think of like your random uncle. Yeah, I don't want to wish any harm to anybody. Your random uncle passes away, right? Who's really in that much contact with your random uncle? Who has to deal with all his shit? Somebody.
Sarah's mom. Random uncle died. Sarah's mom had to drive to Illinois, get a truck full of her brother. You know, it's her brother, but it was like not a close family member, but Sarah's mom's garage for months was like, what are we doing with like Uncle Mitch's stuff?
All
or like,
his stuff.
Yeah, like,
right.
And then it was like, hey, what relative wants this? What relative wants this? And that becomes, no, it was, honestly, it was months of
but you
Cindy's
realize
life.
that some people have a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like
my next door neighbor is using my general contractor, Eric, the guy that did our house.
Yeah.
My neighbor was like, hey, would you recommend your guy? I'm like, Eric happened to be here. I'm like, oh, the neighbor, you know, get a little extra business for you guys. Sadly, my next door neighbor's old mother, who's like 90, who was like sick, is moving in. And like, we need to make room in the garage and for her stuff. They had
what a burden.
They had a truck of like, here's boxes of her old National Geographics and shit. I'm like, oh my God.
Burden. All these people you see on American Pickers. I'm going to leave all this stuff for my family. You know, I've been collecting for years. And I got all these signs. And
burden.
They don't want your fucking burden. Burden. That's what it is. I'm thinking about family members. They kick it. Burden. Whose burden is that? Whose burden is that? Whose burden is that?
Oh.
Bob Saget, rest in peace. No one expected that.
Your sister wants to know, are you worried about ending up with Uncle Joey stuff?
I was. I'm like, yo, whose burden is? God forbid something happened to Uncle Joe. Yeah. You know how much shit he has? Generations of shit. Generations of shit.
I told you I had this
Who ends up with that burden?
I had this sad revelation 2 times in my life. When my grandparents died and I watched my mom essentially clean out their house and realized that 80% of it was garbage.
Yeah.
And when Sarah's best friend Julie, when her father passed away,
what a burden.
She was left with she was left with his properties, which was great for her future because she has properties now. But when I tell you,
only we knew someone who was going through this
burden.
Yeah, I mean, if there was only someone,
if only someone here, like no.
Oh, Spud, aren't you going through that?
Oh, that's funny. You should bring that up, Rich.
Yeah, I thought you did most of it already, or no?
No, there's so much still left to do, and it's like I say to my siblings, like you were saying, like there's 85% of his garbage. 85% of his garbage, but you have to go through 100% of it to
find out which of it. You might find the one gem in a crate of old magazines and garbage. There, you know, what might be there a wedding photo or fucking cash hidden in a little thing. Like you don't know.
And I have found both of those things in boxes of like what should have just been picked up and thrown.
Oh, look, Ed's old boxer briefs from the 90s mixed in it. It's like your dad's birth certificate.
What does it all mean? It's like. Because now you're leaving someone else all this burden of your lifetime of shit.
Even Bob Saget's stuff is garbage.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's just garbage.
And I was thinking about that. So, hey, Bob Saget's house is for sale. This is a story from... Who sent this one? Oh, Mauser. Remember Jar of Farts Girl? Is that Jar of Hearts or Farts?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Hearts.
Jar of Farts Girl, she made like $200,000 in like a week or something like that.
And then she had some intestinal shit, right?
But part of it was like she was eating lots of beans and gassy things to provide her with the ammo to fart in jars, but she was making lots of money, but ended up in the hospital, got sick. She's now evolved to a new business. So congratulations to Stephanie Matto. M-A-T-T-O.
Tomato.
Stephanie Matto. She now sells boob sweat.
Oh, I should do that for the summer.
But get this. She went from $1,000 a jar of farts to $500 a jar of boob sweat.
Do you think any of our listeners would buy my boob sweat?
So I just want to say, hey, congrats on your small business.
It's worth the shot. I got some right now. I should see my pits every day. Will anybody buy my like coffee pit sweat?
No, I don't think anyone wants that. I don't think that'll sell like this hot girl's titty sweat spot.
My titty
Just
sweat.
Call me crazy.
Oh, how about my loose gut flap fold sweat? Would anybody buy that?
Goo.
My sweat. My belly goo.
Hey, let me. You said beans. Let me take it down to your
How about
level.
my belly button lint? Will anybody buy that?
No. Let me take it down to your level of intellect. Mine too. You said beans.
Beans.
Sarah said something the other day when Emmy was eating a little bean burrito thing.
Steve Covino.
She say beans. They're good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. The more you fart, the better you feel. So eat your beans with every meal. Is that what you said?
You made that up?
I just did.
That's good, man.
So what Spotcha said.
So bad.
What Spotcha said was.
You never heard that?
What Spotcha said was
Of course, dude.
Yeah. What Spotcha said was what I jokingly said to Emmy. But I didn't say that whole thing. I said, beans, Emmy. Good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. And Sarah's like, do you mean beans, the magical fruit? The more you eat, the more you toot? I'm like,
yeah.
What?
That's
That's like when
another
Covino says 90 poof poof. Like you're speaking a different language to me.
No, that's
You've heard that one?
I see 98 poof poof facetiously. Yeah.
But have you heard the more
Yes,
you
I've heard it,
the
yes.
magic fruit,
Yeah,
the more
but
you eat, the more you toot?
I was not raised that way.
I was raised with
Okay,
fart
your
and
mind?
you know
Yeah.
heart. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, toot.
Come on.
But I have heard that, yeah.
Come on.
Let's see. I'm trying to put these in some sort of order. Oh, yeah, I mentioned this already, so I'll just say it again. A New Jersey parent was arrested after threatening to shoot up the school. Principal notified the cops. She was brought in. She was fighting with the principal. I'm going to come there and shoot up. Like, talk about, like, that's like bringing up a bomb after 9/11. Like, yeah, was something wrong with you? Like, you don't say something like that, especially right now. And it happened in my hometown of Union, New Jersey.
What the fuck is going on in Union,
I don't know.
New Jersey?
Thank you, Henry Pintado.
You know, I had to like stop my mom from talking at the airport. She went through
Saying like weird things.
She went through
like questionable things.
Yeah, she went through the metal detector and the scanner and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And my mom was wearing like a mom sweater where like within the sweater is like little sparkles, like little silver. It's like a silver sparkly like mom sweater.
Mm-hmm.
And it kept going off. And they had to like do the little scan of her sweater. My mom was saying things like, "What do you guys think? I have a bomb?" I'm like, "What the fuck? Stop!
Right,
Shut up!"
right.
I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
like
what? How tone deaf could you be?
Richie,
to say
I think
you're going to shoot up the school.
Richie, I think they think I have a bomb. I'm like, Mom.
I mean,
shut
in
the
your
fuck
mom's
up.
defense, at least it's been a few years, you know.
I'm like, come on, Jesus Christ.
Fuck that lady. That's in my hometown. It's embarrassing, man. That is a funny story. All right. We mentioned The Boys. I saw KFC Barstool bring this up because I don't watch The Boys, but I have watched and I enjoyed it.
It's fucking great.
Apparently.
It is.
If you don't want any spoilers,
great.
Honestly, lower it for a second. Because when we saw crazy scenes on Pam and Tommy, we discussed it. They made, did you just fart? This guy just farted. He just tooted. This guy.
Beans are good for your heart.
He looked at me and tooted. Like, did you see what just happened? He looked me in the eye.
I did not.
And fucking gave his.
I
That
did
was
not.
the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
If you could rewind that shit,
I
now
did not.
you don't have to. I don't want to
did
waste
not.
anyone's time. But this dude just looked me in the eye, and like he said to me, "Are you gonna call me out on this or not?" And I did. I can't believe
I have no clue what you speak of.
He lifted cheek right here in my face.
Take that.
I can't believe he did that.
Take that.
You eating bean? You want to sell them? Put them in a jar?
Yeah.
There you go.
There's
Bottle this bad boy. Send it to that guy Andrew.
You Spot's old candle jars.
Send it to Edward. Whoever. Send it to that Jefferson Richardson guy.
I agree with Franz. I give you a love toot.
Can't believe
Love
that
you,
just
bro.
happened. So apparently, I'm going to paraphrase. If you don't want to fucking hear it, please just give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds now.
Well, here's the crazy part. You didn't see what you're probably about to describe because I watched it. I watched the highlight reel. I watched it last night.
So then
Spot has the fart. Let's see here.
Apparently,
it is.
If you don't want any spoilers,
great.
Honestly, lower it for a second, because when we saw crazy scenes on Pam and Tommy, we discussed it. They made. Did you just fart? This guy just farted. Just tooted. This guy.
Beans are good for your heart.
He looked at me and dared me. Like,
He like lifted you in the eye. He full on stared at you and went up.
He looked me in the eye and did it. That's the weirdest thing about it.
Hold on, I gotta go back.
It was the weirdest thing. It's like he didn't even try to play it off. That was weird, man.
You mean like you did? If people only knew what you did behind the scenes,
I don't look you in the eye.
At Fox Sports Radio every Sunday, you're like, "Yo, guys,
look at Rich's intense
bro, you
stare.
looked me. I looked you in the eye, dead in the eye.
Look at Rich's intense stare, and then look at his lift of his left cheek.
I felt weird about that. Because when we saw crazy scenes on Pam and Tommy, we discussed it.
Here it comes.
They made. Did you just fart? This guy just farted. Just tooted. This guy.
Beans are good for your heart.
Looked at there's a clear lift of your left cheek.
And not only that, it's like you're on the camera. How do you think?
What a magical fruit.
How do I not acknowledge that? I mean, we're being filmed.
It's a clear and blatant, just like lift
That
of the.
shit made me laugh. Oh,
wow.
All right, good. Maybe laugh.
So you maintained eye contact the entire time.
That was weird, man.
It would be funnier if you didn't do that.
It
It would be funnier if you didn't do that like every day of our lives.
I don't look you in the eye, like stare into your soul while doing it.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
Yeah, now it's some Stranger Things shit, man. I feel like you took over my body for a second. It was weird.
It really was.
That was weird as hell, dude. Don't do that. Don't ever do that again. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's what it was, Spot. That's what it was.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh man,
I feel disrespected now. So, all right, now if my mom's listening, anyone easily offended, or don't want to hear the spoiler of
I don't want
the
to hear it.
boys.
I'm leaving.
We got to acknowledge it, or else we're late to the party.
It's not
It's
plot
gone viral.
related. It's not plot
It's
related.
gone viral. It's on social media. People are talking about it. So we're not doing our job if we don't acknowledge
Yeah,
it.
it's not plot related, Spot, where you're not gonna be like, now that you told me that, I know what character went rogue, or it's not a plot line thing. It's more of a Sarah and I looked at each other.
Is this happening on
and
TV?
Said, is this real? And then Sarah and I both then said, if we were watching this while high, we might have lost our mind right now.
Is it Soldier Boy?
No.
What episode? Oh, this is season 4, right?
This is season
The
3.
backstory was, and I didn't know this.
Give me a search term.
I'll give an example, a courtesy of
Penis.
Barstool, KFC Barstool. He said there was a backstory of they threw in the writing session. They just threw it out there as a possible plot line where Ant-Man shrinks himself down. He crawls into the butthole of the villain of the movie. I don't know who it was, and then grows to explode the villain. Right? That was something they tossed around.
In Ant-Man?
In Ant-Man.
Ah, gotcha.
As the legend goes. I don't know. Again, I'm just repeating what I heard.
Are you fucking shitting me? Is this real?
So apparently the boys made something similar, an
All right,
actual reality.
You've given I watched it, so I'll explain.
I'm showing the scene.
You've given people time to, if you don't want to hear this for now,
I'm showing
30
the scene.
seconds.
Well, then
So-
you might as well not go on social media either, because
I'm
it's all over the
showing the
place.
scene.
So what happens is
I'm showing
the
it.
guy,
Okay.
there's two dudes, and they start, first of all, Sarah and I are watching the episode.
They're lovers, right?
And there's a dude, his superhero power, that he could shrink down to like a little fucking size of a
termite.
action figure, like a little bug size. And he could turn all different sizes because it opens with him fucking like a Barbie doll. And everyone's like, yeah, look at him. Then they go to a room and you're like, oh, dude, he's gay because he's making out with some other dude. And the one guy's like, I want to be inside you. And Sarah and I said, oh, we're going to see a little gay sex right out the gate. Episode 1. Woo.
Oh, this is the first episode?
Season 3, episode 1.
Oh, my God.
So we're like, what the? So the guy pulls down his pants. We're like, yo, he's going to, wait a minute. is he going to fuck the guy in the ass or is he going to shrink down and go inside the guy's ass? So we start laughing. We're like, oh my God, this is insane. What? And then she goes, oh no, he's not going for the ass. The guy's standing there.
I'm sorry, what?
And all of a sudden, the little guy shrinks down to the size of a bug, crawls, jumps inside the guy's penis.
As someone who's had a camera in their penis, this is not a pleasurable experience. Why is this happening?
So he goes inside. The little guy shrinks down to bug size, jumps in his gay lover's penis
to please him,
and then starts like rubbing the walls, which is the inside of his penis, right?
Please
And then
avert. No, don't even say it. Please avert your eyes
if you don't want to see it.
A,
you don't want to see it.
You don't want to see it because it's going to be disgusting. B, if you don't want a spoiler because it's going to spoil things.
And it's really not a
Well,
plot
keep this
line.
in mind, though.
It's not a plot
is
line.
this good TV or is it like
this?
Is it just so cheap that you're just trying to get?
The show is so good. The show is
But
so
is it
good.
beneath the show then to do something
No,
this
because
silly?
the show is over the top. But if you're watching The Boys,
You're about to see something.
I think it's the best show on TV right now.
Incredibly disgusting. So please, I'm giving you a trigger warning. Turn off the screen.
People are saying this is the lowest point of TV history.
Maybe for like
All right,
the
just
next
play it. Go ahead, play
40
it.
seconds.
Just play it. You're giving people plenty of warning.
Oh boy.
This is when he's already inside the penis.
Sounds a little off.
Yeah. He's rubbing the inside of the guy's junk. Oh no. He's gonna sneeze. When he sneezed, he came to regular size again and exploded inside the guy's penis.
I didn't know the sneeze part. I thought he did that in an attempt to sneakily kill somebody.
And he
So
accidentally
was by
killed his
accident,
lover,
huh?
yeah.
Wow.
He sneezed, and by sneezing, he turned life size again and just exploded inside the guy's body. Gruesome. But Sarah and I looked at each other like, what are we watching? This is insane.
like I feel like I could retire. Like I don't need to watch anything anymore. Like I feel like The Boys is a good show, and
It's
it might
so
have been
good.
a little beneath them, bro. I don't want to take this righteous stance.
No, it's
or
not.
was the shock value so like Tommy's penis talking like that was ridiculous, but it was funny. Is this just like too much?
Well,
think so.
if
I
the
think it
whole
might
show was like that, yes. But this was a 30-second scene
Hilarious.
in an other than that, Covino, the first 3 episodes of season 3 have been fantastic. Like the show is so good. So The Boys on Amazon, unbelievable.
They're saying a turning point in TV. Like that's just like
I mean,
like that shock. That's the most shock value.
and by the way,
you're gonna get.
Chris is right. Who hit us up saying in the world of The Boys where there are superheroes that are on the V. You're sure that you see all the time the collateral damage of some of these people, like A-Train, who could run real fast. Like, he could, when he's running real fast, he could bump into someone and they explode because he's going.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was the pilot episode. That was the.
Well,
but
hey,
honestly,
The Boys,
it's such a great show.
It's gone viral. It is a great show, but questions are being posed.
Hold on,
because of the scene. It's like, well, how do you do something shocking in today's world? Well, they definitely found an angle.
Hold on.
So,
I got to see if Sarah. If Sarah's not on a call, because when we
and by
watched
the way,
that
when
scene,
did it come out?
Last week, June 3rd, the season premiered. So 3 days ago.
Plenty of
actually
time.
no, 6 days ago, a week ago.
Plenty of time to
come here,
see the first episode. It's all over social media. We're not spoiling anything.
What did you think of the penis scene in The Boys? Was that insane or what?
It was just awful.
But did you think, Covino's asking, is it the lowest point in TV history? Is it like too much, or did you think it was
great TV
you
shock
think it was
value,
like
according
great
to
shock
Shriver.
value, and does it go along with the I guess you would say the brand of the show? Because the show's sort of over the top. Yet, would you agree it's our new favorite? Not new, but it's one of our favorites right now.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say this: the shock value. I will take the shock value of The Boys in that scene over the shock value that Stranger Things gave me recently in this season. I was very upset actually.
Sarah feels like anytime there's any type of like baby thing in a show, like
No.
Which one?
They went overboard, I think, in Stranger Things when it came to like babies and like young children. And like,
what happened? Oh, because of the disclaimers they put too, like that stuff. You mean?
Yeah, it was a bit much.
Like what happened in the schools?
Not only the school. Like they in the let's just say there's a backstory and you see like it's like fucking a baby carriage with a crying baby in a fire. Oh, yeah. Like like babies, but like
that's the crying like.
Sarah gets more. That's
It was too much.
So
I'll take that.
Yeah. So there's a common theme. I mean, there's
shock value.
Shock value. You know, you're going for it because like we're so desensitized as a society.
But we were both.
How do you make impact?
But
right?
you know what? I must say, as much as I agree with it, that it is sort of a low hanging, like really exploiting a guy from his penis. It was funny and like, what the hell's going on? But at the same time, the shows are fantastic. They're an hour-long episodes and they're really good. It's a good show.
Look, we're doing a radio show, so I'm overthinking it, posing the question. It smells like butt in here, Spot says. He's fanning the studio as we speak. Rich, you might find this interesting.
Yeah.
Business Week says that the IRS is coming for you.
Erwin R. Scheister?
Not necessarily for you, but for anyone who does small business or makes a lot of Venmo transactions. Business Week says the IRS is coming for your Venmo income now.
Oh.
And
which they should about income.
Yeah, when you think and it's easy, traceable.
Well, I mean,
trackable income.
You can't expect just because you give money to people over an app, it doesn't mean it's not taxed. Like you can't be like
small business
owners
owners
paid in Venmo,
use
so
the
it's not
service
taxed.
Like PayPal and Venmo and payments previously could, in theory, avoid paying taxes on money earned if they made less than $20,000. But the IRS rule is changing all of that. Under the rules, sellers who receive payments of more than $600 on these services will see that income reported to the IRS. That means business owners, as well as people who periodically empty their closets on eBay, will get a 1099.
Oh, wow!
From any platform where their income is over $600. So, I think that's bigger than meets the eye because I'm sure there's plenty of people that use that loophole.
Yeah, but I look at my Venmo transactions. And I don't think your Venmo transactions lead back to income. Venmo transactions could be like, we went out to dinner and I Venmoed you $40. But what I'm saying is over $600 per transaction, I could see that. But you easily Venmo over $600 a year. You Venmoed over $600 probably over the last few months of just like, hey, yeah, I got your baseball ticket. And the other night we went out for dinner. I Venmoed you $50. Like that's normal behavior. You know what I realized that
I'm surprised it took this long.
Yeah, but
so there you have it. That's one thing
you can't hide from the
and
IRS.
then something that Rich brought up the other day that we never talked about was Tom Brady's bulge. And it's so funny that I don't want to call out Rich, but it was a funny banter. I don't want to relive it. But Rich was like, I think that was just Tom Brady was exposing way too much bulge. Me and Spot were like, you think that's too much bulge?
Like if that's what you think.
Way too much bulge.
Too much bulge.
Like, you don't know what
You ain't
bulge
seen
is.
nothing yet, kid.
If you think that's bulge, you don't know what bulge is, bro.
Oh.
But it is kind of funny. I don't know if Tom Brady signed up for it or agreed to it, but Giselle was filming Tom in his briefies, and they're his briefies, his brand. So maybe it was thought out. Maybe it was planned, but he's showing bulge, and he's like, "Hey, stop! Hey, Giselle, stop it!" Kind of.
He played all coy, like,
briefies, you know. But the fun part of the story is too much bulge or not.
Rich thinks.
Or
it's
if you
too much
think
bulge.
it's too much bulge, do you really even know what bulge is?
When I say too much bulge, I don't mean size. I mean, I feel like you get a pretty good glimpse of TV 12 inches, maybe.
He's TV 12, huh?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Somebody's got a new underwear. What is this? Say new underwear? Let me see your new underwear.
He's grabbing his
Is that
package.
Brady brand underwear?
You don't see it, but he does grab his junk.
Let me zoom down here.
You really want to get it?
Let me zoom to the lower half so we can see his junk.
We're getting junk left and right.
He's like, I'm going to grab my package.
They're TB12 briefies.
It's like a deflated football.
So that's just something I've had written down.
If you want to see a close up, it's the wallpaper on my laptop. If you want to see right there.
Bulges. Nice. Just for comic relief, I saw a video that made me laugh. It's viral in the barrio, so I want to bring some of the barrio to you, to the mainstream, to the masses. John ZL sent it to me. Spot, I texted it to our group show chat. And it's just a YouTube video. I don't know how viral, how new it is, but like I said, it's making waves in the barrio. Like Food's Gone Wild, House of Chingazos, all these Mexican sites that people send me. There's a Mexican guy. I don't know what's going on, dude, in this video, but just for the fun of it, just for like, yeah, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
What is it? Food's Gone Wild?
No. I sent it.
Oh.
I sent it to the chat yesterday. We just never got to it. We ran out of time. So just for comic relief, before we get into our next discussion, are we gonna talk about Biff or no?
No. Well, yeah, I mean, we'll say real quick. We're running out of time.
We don't have to talk about Biff.
Oh shit. Okay, so here we're on the
Time's
show.
a wasting. Time's a
I didn't
walking.
realize how much time went by.
Time you ain't no friend of mine.
There's a Mexican kid who just like, I don't know if he's part of the show, if he's celebrating something.
I'm in the show.
He just starts dancing, but the dance is like the next viral dance in the barrio. I don't know if it'll ever hit the masses the way My Money Don't Jiggle Jiggle did.
Oh my God.
But
still a thing. It still lives in my head.
Do you have the video? I mean,
yeah.
I can only.
Oh, I thought you were setting it up.
Long.
Sorry.
And then
thought you were setting it up.
the video I
don't know
sent
why
you.
this is weird and why it's viral, but John sent it to me, and I'm like, why did someone send it to me? They took the time to send it to me. I'll take a watch, and since then I've seen it like in multiple places.
You love Food's Going Wild.
Watch this kid.
What a fool.
Watch this kid in the shirt. Watch these moves.
It's actually in slow motion.
I don't know why it's a thing. This is kind of the whole thing. It's very like, it's like Mexican Napoleon Dynamite or something. Like, I don't get it, but it's funny.
It's like, is that how he moves his head? It's like
Yeah, he gets real like animated though,
like
as he goes on.
independent of his body.
This is the.
Is that you in the background?
Look how fast he's moving though.
Is that you playing the bass?
Yo, honestly, Rich, I have a serious question that came to my mind when watching this. When's the last time you moved your body that fast? And can you? He's going with the bass line.
Don't you remember when Rich was in Lord of the Dance in the
last
90s?
I got tired doing it. I don't get it. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but you know, it's huge in the barrio. It's like, look at this kid. I don't know. Is he weird? Is he awesome? I don't know.
That's on your algorithm.
Is it fucking cool? Hey, I don't know. Shock value?
That and breastfeeding videos.
Yeah.
Covino's algorithm.
Vatos in the barrio, Food's Gone Wild.
And breastfeeding videos.
Yeah, that's Covino's algorithm.
Sometimes
I didn't
Food's
get it,
breastfeeding.
but I wanted to get it. But trying to get it made me laugh. So there you go. That's,
But to sum up our last conversation about the boys, the last TikTok I sent you on the CNR show text pretty much sums it up. Someone put on TikTok, every man, when you're 11 minutes and 50 seconds into the boys episode 1.
I'm sorry, I'm dancing. Go ahead. What? Go ahead, tell me. Oh, what happens? What happens though? I can't even do that dance. Do it. See, John CL says, I've watched that video 10 times.
He's the one that sent it to you though.
Yeah, but it's got that power on people. Like, I don't know why I'm watching this. What is intriguing about this? I can't figure it out.
Let me tell you, you haven't lived. You've had a camera shoved up your penis. That's all I'm gonna say.
No thanks.
I'm telling you, you haven't felt life until the camera's gone up your penis.
Every man watching the boys.
What the fuck am I watching?
That's.
I mean, I'm glad people have that thought though, because if you don't have that thought, then something's wrong with you, man. You know what I mean? Like you're really desensitized.
I feel like I would be like,
yeah,
this would be my reaction.
Wait, he just went in his penis and he exploded. Okay.
Well, Spot, did you see how he got in his penis?
It didn't show in the scene.
Oh, look on TikTok. And honestly, that's the part where
just tell us.
No, just watch.
No, just tell me how it
No, I
gets.
guess it's like almost. That's almost funny.
I feel like
Just
we're
search-
cheapening our brand by even doing this.
No,
But
Spot,
it's a very
I'll
popular
send it to you.
show.
I'll send it to you. Okay.
It's a really popular
Hold
show.
on. I'm gonna send it.
Every scene I look at.
No. I'm gonna send it to CNR show, and we'll wrap with that. And we'll say this is how we'll get you into the weekend. I thought this was the part where I was like, what? This to me was the more shocking part. I was like, Sarah, jeez, what? I think you missed the
feel like you're
shocking
gonna
part.
disturb me. I feel like this is not the way I want to end the show, Spot. So you have that Mexican kid again on standby.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think I need that
Spot,
kid.
play it.
He's
hit
a great refresher.
Boom. Do it.
I think he's a great palate cleanse, that kid. That's the trick.
Did you send it to me?
Yeah, I did. It's on our CNR TikTok.
I don't know if I want to see it either.
No, you do.
So have the Mexican kid on standby.
No, you know what? This is the best way to wrap up the show.
It's not.
Yep.
No, that shows how demented you are.
Ready? Here you go. Blow it up, Spot, so you can see.
Pretty sure that's not what the hell of a penis looks like up close. Maybe it is.
That's how he gets in.
It's like, yeah, please, can we?
Yeah, I want to say my thank yous. Yeah, keep that going. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, rocking out with us every day. Thanks for your June subscription. And stay tuned because I'll probably do a Behind the Velvet Rope. I like when he shakes his head to the bass line. I'll probably do a Behind the Velvet Rope tonight. Talk some live, have a drink. The weekend starts today. So thanks again for your subscription. Enjoy your Throwback Thursday. Big Trouble in Little China, bro, for life. Throwback Thursday. And have a great weekend. Dancing into the weekend. This is how we should end every show. So now I get the beauty. It brings joy.
Hey, brings joy. Until Sunday. We'll see you guys Sunday on Fox Sports Radio and back here on Monday. Like Covino said, look out for, I'll do all this weekend. I plan on doing a good, fun Behind the Velvet Rope for Tier 2 and Tier 2 Plus. So
stay tuned on social media.
Some Behind the Velvet Ropes this weekend and then Sunday on Fox Sports Radio. Until then, have a great one. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.